Alright, folks, this is something new. We're going to talk about Skypiea. Because you, Windmask, are going through One Piece, right?
I sure am.
And I think
it's been a journey so far.
Yeah. I know, like, I didn't really know how to start this because, like, I'm probably going to put this on my YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
Well, I also don't really, like, write stuff down to, like, for, like, notes to, like, talk about or anything like that. I just kind of...
That's fair. Well, no, that's what I don't go off a script. I just spitball it. What's going on here, Icy? What's going on here is we're gonna talk about One Piece. Because I've been talking to Windmask and you've been saying, like, if I remember correctly, because we did, like, talk about Alabasta, because you were like, I think I offered.
Yeah, I was like, I just need to talk about this, because I think you did ask me, and I was like, yeah, I'm 100% down to talk about it, because, like, I just need to talk about it. And while I don't feel that way exactly after finishing Skypiea, it is still, I think, at least interesting to talk about with someone who has been reading and watching One Piece for a decent amount longer than I have.
Dude, it's crazy. One Piece is like the same age as me. 27. I'm the same, yo.
It started in 97, right?
96.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just... Wait, when... Actually, I want to see One Piece start date. Oh, wait. What? Unless it's the anime here, it started in 1999. I'm talking about the manga. Oh, yeah, you're right. 1997. I forget because it just turned 27 and I'm 27 right now, so... But that's because I was born in 96, so... July 22nd of 1997. Yeah, it's because its birthday was just a couple days ago.
Damn, it's older than me by, like, a little over 6 months. That's crazy.
I see. Jesus, One Piece is older than me in book form and younger in anime.
I mean, same.
I'm old. I'm older than One Piece. I'm older than One Piece by a year.
What thing to say? Yeah, I'm older than One Piece.
Dude, imagine the people that started with it and they were like 5 or something like that, or like
that. I was just wondering that after I finished Skypiea. I was like, I wonder how many people started reading One Piece when it started and are still reading it today.
That's a Chad move, saying you're older than the longest running anime. I don't think it's actually the longest running anime.
It's not.
Because there's like...
I think Shin-chan.
I was about to say, isn't also like their Detective Conan and...
Yeah, I don't remember when Conan started as an anime. I know the manga is quite old though. But it's definitely up there. I know it's one of the longest in terms of... It's either page count or like word count. I don't remember. But I know it's like pretty much tied with JoJo for one of those things.
I remember also someone posting about JoJo, how like there's less chapters than... I can't remember the image, but it was just comparing One Piece of JoJo and how like the anime was formed. Oh, I can't remember it. I would totally pick up that image right now.
Okay. As of September last year, One Piece manga consists of 22,915 pages, while JoJo's has 25,142 pages. I think One Piece has more chapters, though. I think that's what it was.
Oh, I found it. I found the image. Oh my goodness, I gotta post this image on the stream just so it... Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I would just put this into retrospect. Here we are. Oh my gosh, the image is huge. Scuffness. Alright, so we got manga pages for One Piece. 23,099. Manga pages for JoJo. 25,142. Anime episodes.
So that would have been just a little bit after the one I found, I guess.
Anime episodes 1,091. Anime episodes 190. But then again, it's not.
The
I don't know.
Episodes for One Piece is kind of like,
It's something. I think that's also including filler too.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I would assume so.
And plus, the JoJo anime hasn't done like the other parts, so.
Yeah, because it just did part 6 recently, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about Alabasta last time, and I think you left off around the time. Around the time when. Did you do the part where they lift their hands up in the air?
Yeah, that's I think the last chapter or second
Oh
last
no,
chapter of
you were talking
Alabasta.
about when Robin showed herself again.
Yes. Yeah, when she just like shows up on the boat and everybody's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" God, I'm trying to remember exactly what happens after that. I know they go to the island.
They go to
And-
Jaya. Well, no, don't they see
Yeah.
the ship fall from the sky first?
Yes, they see the ship fall from the sky, and they're like, what the hell? And the log post, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the log post is pointing straight up, and they're like,
Oh yeah. Huh?
there's nothing there. And was it? I think it was Robin who was like, yeah, there's supposed to be like,
An island here.
an island in the sky or whatever. It's like some myth that was passed down or whatever. And Luffy's like, well, that's where we're going.
Yeah. And don't they all like
how the hell are we gonna get there?
don't they also like scuba dive into the ship that was
Yes, and that's when they come across the ape brothers or whatever I don't remember what their names are.
What's
whatever, but
hilarious
yeah.
is that there are humans, but they are human. They just have ape-like features. If you look at the wiki page, because later in the series
really?
like Oda introduces like a beast race people. I'm gonna just say that.
That's right. With the
They're called the Minks.
They turn the barrels into scuba suits. That was so
Yeah.
funny. I was like, oh my god, this is genius. And yeah, they're like they're diving down into the boat, and then the was it the captain of the ship who comes over and he's like, oh, you want to see like how cool we are with diving or blah blah blah, and they're just like, yeah, sure, haha, and they're like sweating because he's like, we don't let anybody take our
Oh yeah,
our
because there's a
diving
like
treasure."
couple down. They're already down there.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, that'd be so cool. Oh my god, I hope they don't figure it out. Holy shit, they might kill us. The one guy goes down there while Luffy, Zoro, and was it Usopp who's also down there?
Probably.
I
No, I think Usopp's up.
No, it's Sanji. It was Sanji.
Yeah. So there's a funny theory that people had for the longest time was that there was a picture of a lady and people assumed that was like Sanji's mom or something.
God, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the four of them all meet up at the like in the boat at the bottom of the ocean or whatever, and the dude's like, you're here stealing my treasure, and Luffy just like calls him an ape or something. He's like, really? You think I'm an ape? Really?
They're probably all like,
and then they're just like chatting, having a great time. And, something happens that tips him off again to like start attacking them or something. I don't remember, but God.
doesn't like another
There's
one
so
come by?
much that happens. There's genuinely so much that happens in Skypiea that it's like I cannot remember everything.
Yeah, it's a long arc, and the arcs are just going to get longer.
Well, so the thing is, it's shorter than both East Blue and Alabasta.
Well,
but
yeah,
there's
but
so much more happening.
The thing is with the Alabasta saga, it also includes like the where you go find Laboon,
yeah,
Whiskey Peak, where you first meet Robin, then Little Garden, then Drum Island or whatever, and then Alabasta.
Yeah.
It's like 5 other side quests before getting to the main quest.
Yeah, whereas this one was, I guess, a lot more focused on what we were there to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was after all that stuff happened is when they finally got to Jaya, and then they were like looking around if anybody knew anything about this Sky Island, and everyone's just like fucking laughing at them because they're like, you believe in that?
Oh yeah,
shit?"
because the town is called Mock Town. I completely remember because recently in a couple chapters it came up again, and people are like literally
No
laughing.
way.
Yeah, because there's a message that's being sent out through the entire world, and they're like laughing at the message because they don't believe anything.
Yeah, and they're in the bar, and this guy is just like, I can't remember his name, but he's just like being a complete fucking jackass to the Straw Hat crew.
You're talking
And
about
Nami's like, please.
Bellamy.
Yes. Nami's like, please do not fight them, and Luffy and Zoro are like, I guess. And Sanji as well, I suppose. But
Well, no, the important thing was that this dude was mocking them, right?
yeah. No, I got that.
And then,
But
but Luffy and Zoro has like their prides on the line, and they're like, this dude's not worth our time, and they're just letting him beat them up.
well, no, it's because Nami had asked them before they got there not to cause any trouble, like not to get in any fights, because they were looking for information, and she's worried that they wouldn't get it if they got into a fight.
Right.
Which is fair enough. But yeah, no, they just kept letting themselves get beat up.
Nami does ask why did they, like, I remember she's like, well, fight back.
And then they're like, you told us not to. Yeah, but they're being so rude. And then
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Doesn't he stumble on Blackbeard?
Yes. I think that's when they not when they first get into town. I think it was a little bit after. I don't remember.
I know it has to do with like pie, and Luffy's like, this shit's gross, and Blackbeard's like, this shit's
Oh yeah, it would have
banging.
been right when they got there. You're right. Yeah, because they were just like arguing over the food and the drinks and whatever, and the bartender's like, just stop, get out. Something like that.
And they had like a weird conversation with Blackbeard about dreams.
Yeah, because he's like, I really respect you for believing in the Sky Islanders, something like that. But yeah, Nami eventually gave Luffy the okay to beat the shit out of Bellamy, and because Bellamy's like all about like, oh, my bounty is bigger than your bounty, therefore I'm stronger than you are, right?
Oh yeah, doesn't he
But
like?
he hadn't.
If I remember correctly, he
Go ahead.
found Luffy's bounty,
Yes.
and this was before Alabasta bounty.
Before, yes, he found the original bounty. Was it 30 million?
Something like that.
But he didn't see the updated bounty for 100
Because
million.
it just came in.
And Zoro's bounty for, was it 55 or 60 or something like that? I don't quite remember.
I'd have to look at the stats. Yeah.
But yeah, somebody to tell me, he's like, oh no, there's no way, he's just faking it. He's just faking it to make himself look powerful, because then I wouldn't fight him, or blah blah blah. And then yeah, him and Luffy eventually fight, and Luffy knocks him out in like one punch or something.
No,
like
he doesn't know that. How that happened was because Bellamy beat someone else up. If I remember correctly, that's what happened. And then Luffy went Bellamy.
I think he might be right.
Because I remember that vividly. And he just kept mocking Luffy. Like, he was all talk and no. Bellamy took to Jaya's lawless environment after losing a game of cards to Roshiro the Executioner. At the Wild Cherry Bar, Bellamy quickly accused him of cheating and savagely attacked him with the knife and pistol. Bottle liquor. Straw Hats. Pirates, yeah, it was 30 million.
That's what I thought. Yeah, and then the new one was 100 million after Alabasta.
Bellamy grabbed Luffy's head and smashed him against the bar counter, just completely destroying the bar.
Yeah. Like.
But he meets up with Mont Blanc Cricket and then talks about stuff before
that
he
was
beats
after
Bellamy.
Oh, was that before? I thought it was.
No, they do meet him up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they are in Mocktown, and then they leave because Robin gets the information about Cricket, and then they go
because it's on the other part of the island.
Yes, and then
Bellamy and his crew assault the Saruyama Alliance, which is the two monkey guys.
Yeah. And then, yeah, because they stole the bell, and then as they're repairing the ship and getting it ready to fly, Luffy runs all the way across the island to Mocktown to fucking punch Bellamy and get the bell back.
I actually want to see this Luffy versus Bellamy.
It was so funny. Oh yeah, because they had to get the bird. What is the bird called? I know it's the bird that faces south all the time. I don't.
Yeah,
it's
like a
South Bird or
gong or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is literally a dugong. I literally. Oh no, wait, dugon's the the sea animal.
Oh, you mean like a dodo?
Sky. The dugong is like the weird otter things that punch.
Oh, it's just called South Bird.
Yeah, it is just a South bird. It's just a South
Amazing.
Bird. Wonder if I can copy this. I know people in this thing won't see this. I'll just share screen. I mean, I guess I could add Do I have a source? Add source. YouTube. And then I can always just delete this afterwards. Wait, why is it playing? Alright, that's sketch.
Oh, wait.
God damn it. God damn it. It just started playing and I'm like, wait. Browser source, please stop. Ah. That's fine. I think the problem was that I have to use a window captured. There we go. We'll just ignore that.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
I wish I could rotate this, honestly. Alright, I don't... It's only a minute. Don't sue me, Toei. I have it low, so Luffy ran all the way back to Jaya.
The cat's ready with the gun.
Oh, he got up. Oh, right, because he got punched a bunch. He's just like, yo, I have a better power. Oh, this is... Just like, yeah, look what I can do. I can bounce. The same species as you.
Yeah, I thought his devil fruit was actually pretty cool.
Dunk!
Yeah, I was right. It was one hit.
No, yeah. Dude wasn't worth anything. And because he, like, was ashamed to Doflamingo or whatnot, he literally got, like, tortured by Doflamingo or whatnot.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, that's, like, this is literally the start of Skypiea.
I know, and there's still a lot that I just, like, I know that I forgot about because it's so dense.
Well, I mean, it's literally just them exploring the island in the sky.
Well,
I will say also before we move on
Yeah.
to the island and the whole backstory of Noland and stuff, I want to say that there's that one panel that people kept, the one with the Blackbeard where they're like,
oh,
it's not him.
Was it the one that I sent you?
Yeah, it's not him, it's they.
Yeah.
People think are like, oh, yo, Luffy's using them pronouns, but he's talking about, like, he says to the
It's
other...
like, oh, it's literally not.
It's,
He's talking about his crew.
yeah, they're around. And then you actually see
Yeah.
them, like, try and catch up. They're on a fucking dinky raft. That's how they get around on a raft.
Yeah. And then,
The Mont Blanc.
as they're going to the Sky Island, Blackbeard is like, oh shit, Luffy's like worth something. Now I'm interested. So he's like chasing after them as they're going to Skypiea.
Yeah, they're like, okay, there they are, and then the
Um,
giant geyser just shoots up, and they're like, huh?
Yeah, and then there was that cutaway for, I don't remember if it was like 1 or 2 chapters where you're where it's like the what are they called, the warlords or whatever.
The
Some of them are meeting up with.
Are you talking about the
government?
Shikuba or whatever they're called, the 7 warlords of the sea?
Yes.
I think that's the first time you actually
Where they're,
get
like,
to
called to
see
talk with the
Doflamingo.
government. Yeah. Because we'd already seen, was it Mihawk, right?
Yes.
During.
And then we saw.
Rarity, which is like 150 something chapters before.
And then
that.
you got Doflamingo doing the crypt walk. I posted it in Discord.
Oh my god. And I don't even.
You see
Maybe
that
you
in,
remember, but
in
I
Discord?
don't. Yes. Like I don't even remember exactly what they were doing. I just remember that they were meeting up and talking about something.
I think they were talking about because Crocodile was kicked out.
Right. They were trying to find a replacement for Crocodile, I think is what it was.
Yeah, which ends up being Law, I think. No, wait, it was Jinbei. Wait, who were the 7 warlords of the sea? Because it was at a time, before a time. Because they were just basically hired by the world government to just keep pirates in line, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. What was the previous ones? Who the heck's Hanafuda? King of the Lizards is a former warlord of the sea who was defeated by Portuguese Ace 4 years ago. Oh, his warlord status was given to Bartholomew Kuma. Alright, so it was Kuma, Boa Hancock, Dracula Mihawk. That's 3. Well, that was Crocodile, Gecko Moria, Doflamingo, and then Jinbei. So then Crocodile was kicked out, and then I believe was replaced by Trafalgar Law. But you find out later.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember because I know they talked about the Noland.
You're talking about
Like fairy tale.
Yeah, the Mont
point.
Blanc Noland the Liar.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so
I don't remember when that
so
was. I know it was somewhere in there.
No, because it was Mont Blanc Cricket that brought it up because he was a
Right.
descendant. He had the whole acorn
Right.
on his hair piece.
Right.
And so it is a book called Nolan the Liar about like how, because you know, what's it called? The history is written by the victor kind of thing.
Yeah. And oh god. I don't know if I want to talk about it yet because the actual you find out about the actual story like 50 chapters later or something.
Yeah, like how it actually ends. Yeah, because he
Yeah.
he literally Nolan, as he's remembered by history as a liar. You know how history is just a
Yep.
a poor guy, man.
But yeah, I think so. I think after all that, they just go to the island.
Yeah,
I don't think
they
anything else
ride
really
the
happens, right?
ride the what was the term called? I know they gave
Upstream or something.
yeah, the upstream.
Yeah, they ride that up and then they're
The knock
They're
upstream.
there
The
in-
knock upstream.
yeah.
And the Sunny was like in the shape of a chicken.
Yeah. Oh, right. I think it's like right at the start of Jaya, they saw the shadows, or I guess what we've learned later are shadows, that just look like giant people. And they're like, why is that? And then it's gone, and it's like, whoa, that was interesting.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy how important Skypiea is in the lore of One Piece, considering like all the recent chapters now. Like the amount of theories that were correct.
The thing that's really bizarre to me is over the years, just like from seeing random comments or like whatever online from people, they're like, yeah, I don't like Skypiea, it's like really boring, it doesn't really like move the plot forward. And I'm just like, while I'm reading it, I'm like, this is awesome.
The
So good.
the anime's pacing is really rough. Because the amount of time, like there's like, I don't know, I think it's like 10 to 15
Is there like a lot of filler in it?
Well, there's like 10 to 15 episodes where Luffy's just stuck in the snake, and you just keep like they keep going back to him, and he's like running around like doing nothing.
I mean, that obviously like it happened in the manga as well, but it wasn't like, I mean, it was pretty long, I'm gonna be honest, but I can see that for in the anime it being really annoying, because like that is my one like big criticism about Skypiea as a whole, is when Luffy is stuck in the snake for fucking.
Well, I think what happened was Oda wrote himself into a rut with the fact that NL is literally lightning and Luffy is literally rubber, and so they can't meet right away, or like the tension is like gone.
Yeah, and like that was what annoyed me. It was like, I mean, just get Luffy out of the fucking snake, man. Like, he's rubber. Fight's over. And then he still made it interesting by him being like, aha, well, I know that my attacks don't work on you, so I'll just fucking stab the shit out of you with my spear and heat up my, or trident, I guess, and heat up my trident with my electricity, and then you'll like melt to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's something like way
ahead. That's way ahead. Like they find like the Skypiea people with the wings, right?
So first they meet
the knight
old lady at the entrance. Oh yeah, it was the knight first. You're right. I totally forgot.
He was originally God.
He like saves them from. Yeah, he saves them from some.
Oh, I will be disconnected from the server.
Whatever.
Oh, well, then I'll just move around a bit. I gotta move around a bit.
Yeah, he saves them, and he's like, "Here, have this whistle, just in case something happens. Any other whistles after that, you have to pay for. However, I don't remember what the value was. Doesn't really matter." And then they're like, "Wow, thanks, Mr. Knight. You're so cool and helpful." And he's like, "Yes, goodbye."
Goodbye. Just like an old, he like had like the beard like of a Gandalf character.
Yeah, he looks really cool, to be fair. I was like, wow.
What was his name? Gongfei, right?
What was his name? That's a good question. I keep forgetting it. Even while I was reading it, I was like, I don't remember what this guy's name is.
So that's a problem I run into, is the remembering names. Gongfall, yes. Names are hard. Alright, I just have the wiki for Skypiea just to help us move along. Because
that's a good idea.
Skypiea. So apparently, Jaya is literally its own arc, but it is connected to. It literally is just with Skypiea.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
like
how like Romance Dawn, Orange Town, whatever, are all connected to the East Blue Saga.
Oh, okay, so Gongfall, who rides a bird with the devil fruit power named Pierre. Pierre, wait, Pierre had a devil fruit?
Yeah, the...
Oh, the Uma no Mi.
Pegasus? Yeah. Yeah, because he's like a bird and then he turns into a horse and he's like a weird Pegasus thing.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness. So yeah, but what they did was Gongfall saved them from a mysterious masked man on jet skis.
Oh, right. And that's
The Shandarians. They're the Shandarians.
Yeah.
Which you will find out that is connected to Nolan.
Yeah. And holy fuck, was it ever?
Everything connects. It's like poetry. George Lucas quote there.
Yeah, so they get saved by him. He's like, you don't know how to fight up here. It's like really different. The atmosphere is way thinner and whatever. He's just so high up. Blah,
Wait,
blah, blah, blah.
aren't they like called like blue ocean people or something like that?
Yeah.
I can't
Because they're in
remember.
the White Sea or whatever it was called.
They're from the Blue Sea. So they were guerrilla warfare against the guys in jet skis. And then they reached Heaven's Gate, the entrance to Skypiea, which they are told to pay 1 billion X tolls per person.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't know what that is, and we don't have any money really. And she's like, well, you can just go in for free then.
But they got warned.
Yeah, what did she even warn them? It's like, oh, you'll be criminals or something because you didn't pay, right? Something like that.
But the crew have no idea what X-Toll's in. A response, a gatekeeper, Amazon, basically tells them she does not care what they do, but does warn them that if they pass without paying, they will be marked as criminals, and the crew go into Skypiea.
Yeah. And what the fuck happens then? Is that
They meet Conus and her father Peg.
Yes.
Pagaya.
He's on the waiver.
Yeah, because it's like new
running around the
technology.
And
a
then
wind waiver. And they also
Nami's like, ooh, we have something that looks like that, except it's broken and old and falling apart.
Or didn't they like pick it up from the ship then maybe?
Yes. Yeah, that's the big thing they found on the ship, I think. Alongside the map, the old map of Skypiea.
Yeah, and then they also showed Usopp the dials.
Yeah. He's like, ooh, I could do so much with these.
Oh, does he ever?
Is it? Oh man, I'm excited to see what he ends up doing with those things because he does a little bit with them at the end of Skypiea, but not a lot yet.
They will do stuff at Water 7. Just letting you know.
Yeah, and then Nami's riding around on the waiver, or she's like, "Oh, can I riding it?" And Conus is like, I mean,
sure,
sure, you
well,
can try.
Nami literally just like uses her like persuasion to get what she wants.
Yeah. And she's like riding around on it, and they're like, "Oh, okay, you have fun, Nami. We're gonna go up to their house and." I think they just went up there to eat or something, right?
Well, yeah, Conus went. Yeah, while Conus explains the use of dials, Nami ends up riding a waiver to the nearby islands with the huge forest.
Yes.
When Sanji points out that Nami's gone, Conus and Pagaya explain that nearby island is known as Upper Yard. Upper Yard is a forbidden sacred ground where god Enel and his priests reside. And no one must set foot...
Enel was such a fucking prick.
Good name. This immediately sparks Luffy's interest, and he commands that they head out to rescue Nami. But he makes it obvious that he simply wants to go up to the upper yard and explore. It's like, who cares about Nami? I want to explore this upper yard. As you see in this image that I have on stream, upper yard. And then Angel Beach is over here where they... And so, like, Nami was like... And what's really cool about this image... Oh, no, wait, that comes later. That comes later. That comes later.
Yeah, like, what I'll say right now is the one really cool thing about the Skypiea saga as a whole is that it, to me, pretty much fully embodies what One Piece is, which is Luffy wants to go on an adventure.
Well, yeah, it's like literally
And
like...
that is exactly what this is.
I mean, it's like unknown territory.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people do enjoy the post, or what's it called? Yeah, post time skip One Piece, just because it's more of an adventure with some friends than them going against the world government.
I see.
Or like other pirates, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know,
Well, you'll get there when you get there.
yeah, like right now I think it's like what Oda did with East Blue and Alabasta, I think was like really good overall, but it was still kind of more typical shonen-y type stuff, right?
I mean, I would still say he's probably still getting his foot in the door and getting ideas.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I mean. Is like he's still. I mean, he's still following like the blueprint of Dragon Ball, essentially, right? At that point, and I feel like here he's more so stepping into his own thing now.
Yeah,
I think. Which is funny because early Dragon Ball was just an adventure.
Oh my goodness, it was more like a comedy if anything else.
Yeah. It was absolutely like
it was like comedy.
That's why it got so popular.
It was
like
comedy
adventure,
action,
like buddy cop adventure sort of thing. I
I
guess.
still need to continue reading that because like I did watch Dragon Ball Z recently. I'm like, oh, okay, I can understand the appeal. And then I started reading like OG Dragon Ball. I'm like, wow, this is so lighthearted and
so
funny.
Good. I love OG Dragon Ball.
Why do not
like
more
completely
people
off.
like talk about it?
Because it's really old. And like I know Dragon Ball Z is as well, but
Well, so is Chrono Trigger,
Ball
and
Z.
people love that shit to death.
Absolutely, but the thing is, like, Dragon Ball Z is what blew up massively in the West.
Yeah, that's true.
Just because it came out of the prime, and it also got the re-release of Kai, so it was like 2 entire generations got to experience Dragon Ball Z, and they never really remade OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. Anyways, One Piece, am I right?
Well, I mean, Oda was like literally...
Dragon Ball is really important to One Piece existing, period.
I mean,
so,
literally Oda took like a 3-week hiatus or a 4-week hiatus recently when Toriyama passed away. I think I brought that up last time, but just because he like realizes to work on his health and stuff, and like Toriyama was like a good friend.
It's crazy to think about how much influence Toriyama had on like,
anime in a whole.
everything. Anime and like on like just like culture in general. Because his stuff is like everywhere, not just Dragon Ball either, just like
Yeah.
It is mostly Dragon Ball, but it's no, it's crazy.
It's kind of funny to the point that people are like, "Yo, Wukong, bruh, Wukong is inspired by Dragon Ball." I'm like, wait, can you run that by me again?
Please look up Journey to the West and when it came out. Yeah.
So I think where we were is that, yeah, Luffy wants to go see the upper yard. Nami witnesses. Okay, so this is how they find out the powers of God, quote unquote. Is Nami witnesses Enel's priest chasing a man who was searching for treasure on the island. However, before the priest can finish him off, Enel decides to act on his own in a show of power. A massive beam of energy fires from the sky and disintegrates the treasure hunter.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that happened.
Does he actually just get disintegrated?
Yeah. It was fucking crazy. I can't believe I forgot about that.
And it makes you think, like, because like other people get hit by it and then they just survive. I guess it helps when you have a name to your, when you have a name connected to yourself.
Yeah, that's some real fucking plot armor shit, huh?
You have a name? Oh, I guess you won't die yet. So
I'm like completely blanking on like the middle of this whole.
There's a lot of like the beginning. It's like a slow burn.
Yeah, it definitely was.
So after that, but Enel decides to act on his own, disintegrates the treasure hunter. Gadatsu of the priests explained to the others that their time limit was up. Another group of criminals have just appeared on the island, a group of 7. From this, Nami realizes that they are talking about them and rushes back to Angel Island. I mean, like, if Nami didn't borrow the thing, that could be considered a little bit of what's it called? Not to nitpick, but it is kind of a pretty huge coincidence that Nami just manages to borrow this thing, and then witnesses this thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of Oda setting up the stakes of what's at stake.
I think so. Like this wasn't like all that egregious. Like I thought it was fine. Honestly, like it is like, yeah, Nami's riding the waiver and she just
Plus, you gotta think also the fact that a lot of coincidence writings nowadays is like overused. This was way back then, so probably people would have like, you know, wouldn't have cared as much as probably now. Be like, well, wow, that's quite the coincidence.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think it was really all that egregious. It was like, was it convenient timing for Nami to wander over there right when they were talking about that? Yeah, kinda, but it was, you know,
it's just a minor thing.
Yeah.
So then, after that, she meets back up with the Straw Hats. On Angel Island, the crew encounters the White Berets, led by Chief McKinley.
Yes, the White Berets.
Who actually...
that was...
They're so funny looking. Skypiea's lowest level of law enforcement. The White Berets explain that Straw Hat pirates are criminals, and they must... The punishment for legally entering is to pay 10 times the entrance fee. So, wait, how much is that? There's 10 billion X-tolls per person. Hence, it explained that there are 10,000 X-tolls per belly. Wait, so 10,000 X-tolls per belly, making the fee to be a... Oh, just making the fee a million per crew member.
Yeah.
So it's just a weaker currency.
Yeah, it'd be like... I guess it's kind of like exchanging US dollars to yen.
So
if you think about
are you saying
it like that.
X tolls are yen and the
Yeah.
Just a lot of like, why do you have so many zeros in your currency?
Oda likes them zeros.
When she finds out about the fee, she rams the waiver into McKinley while yelling that it's too high. I don't remember that.
That was so funny. I was like, no way.
It's like totally in character for her though.
And yeah, and this is what I mean. It was like all of this stuff is just so good. And there's some stuff later on too where I'm like, oh my, this is fucking peak as shit.
I think
like,
my favorite,
I don't like using that to describe it, like saying something's peak.
Peak as shit, yo, man. Zoomer slang.
It's like, come on. We've got more words than fucking peak and mid to describe how you fucking feel about
that
something.
Shit
but
is
it's like,
fire, yo.
this shit is so good.
I mean, people would call it the GOAT. But I don't like that either. It just seems so it just seems so what's the word I'm thinking of? Not ingenious, but ingenuous.
Disingenuous?
Yeah, it seems disingenuous. Oh, this shit's GOAT, man.
It's when people say stuff like that, it's like, okay, but you call like everything that.
Yes. Yes. Oh.
Everything.
I'm gonna spaz out about
JJK peak. Chainsaw Man peak.
Demon Slayer peak.
Peak. No, you're wrong. It's Mid Slayer.
I think that's just the Twitter mentality.
It's like, oh my god, you got some fucking brain rot, Jesus Christ.
It's like, can you actually, like, say anything critical about the thing, like why you like it? And it's like, no, just go, man. Goku solos this.
Goku solos this. God.
No, but it's that same mentality.
You're so fucking right, though. Absolutely, completely unrelated. Goku solos.
No, yeah, you just have you have just two people like having a civil conversation. It's like, you know, this is what I like about One Piece. You know, this is what I like about Naruto. And it's just like, Goku solos your shit, man. It's so true, though. So after Nami hits the guy with the speeder bike, the crew decide to wait for Nami to oh wait, before that but even doing minor things like snoring ends up raising the criminal level.
Oh yeah, because they're like super strict on their laws there, because like we don't want to make God angry. God Annal's gonna be angry if we do something wrong, so we're gonna do
and then Nami returns, but when she finds out of the fee, she rams the waiver into McKinley while yelling, "This is too damn high!" In response, the White Berets launch an attack, only to be easily defeated by Luffy. This ends up raising them to Class 2 criminals, and are to be dealt with the priests. So then the crew start packing up to leave with Nami, Chopper, and Robin, and Zoro at the ship, while Luffy, Sanji, and Usopp get food and supplies from Pagaya's home. Suddenly the ship is grabbed by a super extreme super speed shrimp that carries them to the upper yard. Oh right, they get so this is the no, this isn't the first time they get separated. Yeah. The teams get separated. Luffy, Sanji, and Usopp, led by Konus.
Sure
The amount of times Oda separates Straw Hats is pretty ridiculous, but I mean, it was kind of hard to write 7 people doing the like exact same thing.
Yeah, no, like I totally get why he does it, and it just makes sense, because it's like it allows you to show more of whatever you're doing.
Dude, it was such a
And-
pain in the butt in the later chapters. Like, there was like 3 years where they Straw Hats haven't like met up. When I say 3 years, I mean
I
in
think
real
you're
life.
saying that about like Wano, right?
No, yes, yes. Before Wano, before Wano,
Can't wait.
before Wano.
And the best part is I don't have to wait 3 years
Yeah.
to get through that.
So that's the one thing I kept saying in like YouTube videos about like people like, you know what? Whole Cake Island wasn't my favorite. I'm like, you know what? If you were reading it back to back to back to back, yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't like it as much. I feel like the story is better read when it's mostly out. You know what I mean? Like, you got a couple chapters to read.
Like how I'm reading it right now, you mean?
Yeah. I know I'm doing like
Yeah.
the exact same thing that I criticize those people doing on my YouTube channel now, but like
It's
it's a different
I feel
experience reading it week by week instead of
that seems to be like a thing with a lot of these running series, because it's this the same complaints come up with My Hero Academia.
Oh.
And I know one of my friends, he recently rewatched seasons 1 through 6 and then started season 7 and then caught up with the manga that's about to end in like 2 weeks or like a week and a half or something.
I think there's like one chapter left.
Yeah, and he's like, this was great. And then
Oh,
you
you
go
poor
and
soul.
read people's comments from like the past like year and a half or 2 years or something, like, the pacing is fucking dog shit and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, you're gonna come back and read this in like 5 years and be like, this is incredible. It seems to happen every time. 'Cause
I didn't
know
feel
people
that way
complained it
about
with Naruto as well.
I didn't feel that way about Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer is very. How do I put this?
For me, it felt very dry at the end. So like,
Yeah.
here's like my metaphor to it, or like a simile or whatnot. The first start of it felt like a juicy orange, and then it just slowly and slowly, the heat dried up the orange.
That's exactly how I feel about it too. Cause yeah, no, I never thought it was anything like incredible, right? Like,
well,
it's
obviously,
good.
because
It's
of
really
the
good
anime,
shonen.
I literally picked up the manga, right? And that's
Yeah,
that's
no,
usually
same
what an
here.
anime
Same
is
here.
made for, is to actually,
Yeah,
it's advertising for the manga.
that's literally what they're for, and that's why there's so
but
many.
I don't
anime
think
that
a
never
lot
get
of people
finished.
realize that.
No, and sorry.
I'm not to be a manga elitist, but
But no, like it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like Demon Slayer, like it starts off pretty strong, but it wasn't anything spectacular. Like the animation for season 1 is what hard carried it, like by far, and same with season 2, 3, etc.
ufotable,
The story itself is just okay.
very generic.
Yeah, and that's the
There's
thing
nothing
is,
wrong with that.
when you tell people that, they get so pissed off. It's not generic. Well, yes, it is. It is generic, but there's nothing wrong with that. It does what it does really well, and that is okay.
I just feel like they fumbled the ending, but that's my opinion.
Oh no, I agree.
I'm just waiting
I
for
thought
the
the ending was so fucking dumb.
I'm just waiting for the ending to come out on anime and see everyone's reaction, but I bet you they're all like blinded and they're like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Anyway, goddamn rant. So after, after they get separated because the super speed shrimp separated the guys that are on the ship. So Luffy, Sanji, and Usopp, led by Konus, go to Lovely Street in order to get a boat to rescue them. Konus leads them her dial-powered ship, the the Karasumaru. But before they leave, Luffy notes that she's shaking the entire time she was leading them. Conus reveals that she was the one who called the shrimp to take the ship away and intentionally letting them to the upper yard. It is God Enel's will that they lead the criminals to the island, and not following it will result in death. Upon hearing Conus say this, all of the townspeople run away. True to her word, Enel strikes and fires a massive beam of energy at her from the sky, but she is saved by the knight, Gonfall! Gonfall shows up and saves her.
Yeah, that's right. For some reason, I thought that happened a lot later, but no, that is where it happened. There's just a lot that happened.
Well, no, yeah, we're like literally at the start still.
I know. It's just like, huh.
He explains that since both she and her father will be considered criminals, he will take them back to his house, which is out of the Enel's range. Despite the show of Enel's power, the three pirates continue to the upper yard. I thought Pagaya gets hit by lightning. Is that later on?
Yes. Yeah, that was like 20 chapters later or something. I don't remember. But yeah, that did happen.
I'm gonna see if it's on the way. Oh yeah, that is later on.
Yeah. I knew it. Holy moly.
So yeah, then they go on.
I've read this all in like 5 days. Holy fuck.
So the three.
I think I did, like unironically.
It was that good, eh? So the three.
It was great.
The three Straw Hats, Luffy.
I could remember.
Honestly, this was my favorite part. Is that you don't see them that often to get together, because it's usually just Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy. But we got Usopp instead of Zoro, so it was pretty funny seeing their interactions.
I thought that was pretty good.
I think my favorite part in the anime was when when Usopp, was it Usopp or no, it was Luffy. He was mimicking Zoro in the anime. He's like, oh, but that's like, after the trial of love.
I don't remember what he said, but I know exactly what you're talking about. And I was like, that's fucking funny. And because Usopp's like, why are you pretending to be Zoro? Like, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck? Also, okay, there's this really funny thing in the scans that I'm reading One Piece from, where like some of the people that are translating, they'll be like, oh, he said frickin' here, and then somebody else will be like, oh, he said fucking here, except you'll spell like F-U-K-I-N-G.
F-U-K-I-N-G?
Like, oh my god.
Finging?
No, like that instead of.
Oh, F-U-Q-I-N-G.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
All right, so then
yeah, that was kind of funny.
The three guys are on the boat. Luffy's group enters Upper Yard. They travel through the Milky Road, a cloud river, avoiding several dangerous traps. Eventually, they reach a hand statue with a river branching off 4 paths. Yeah, ordeal of the
start of the trial.
So
right?
These are like the priest's trial, ordeal of the swamp, ordeal of the iron, or ordeal of the string, or ordeal of the balls. Luffy chooses the balls, obviously. Luffy chose balls.
Luffy, you like them balls?
Thinking that it sounds fun, and after a drop, they find themselves in an area forest with several cloud balls floating around them. Each of them is surprise balls containing different objects. Some contain snakes, others explosive. Other harmless flowers act. At the point, the priest Satori appears and attacks them, but they find that he is somehow able to read his mind using a ability called Mantra, which ends up being changed to Hockey.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that because I was like, this, like the little bit that I know about hockey, kind of sounds like what hockey is, but
Yeah,
just a
so
different
it's
name. And
Kenbu Shoku hockey, which is the form of hockey grants the user a sixth sense that allows them to sense the presence and strengths and emotions of others, as well gain limited precognitive abilities. In Skypiea, Kenbu Shoku is known as mantra, literally meaning mind net.
okay, so it's like a like a local thing.
Yeah, I
suppose.
mean, they're in the sky. They just probably just called it mantra.
Yeah. I mean, either way, that is
Wait,
a pretty cool difference.
Kenbu Shoku hockey first used in the series by Blackbeard and Jaya. It was first used by Blackbeard.
Really?
Yeah. He noticed Monkey D. Luffy's strength
In
did not.
Jaya?
Yeah, so apparently that's what the wiki says. He noticed that Monkey D. Luffy's strength did not correspond to his own bounty of 30 million. At the time, further commenting on Luffy's own hockey after Bellamy's defeat in... Oh, wait, that's... Okay, he brings that up later. When he talks to Luffy at some point later in the series. It has to do with the fact that Blackbeard was like, wait, you can't have 30 million. Like, he sensed Luffy's
Yeah,
strength.
because I thought... Huh. That's interesting, because I thought that he started going after Luffy because he saw that he had a 100 million bounty.
Oh, wait, this is where where Sanji shows off his new move called Konkase. That was the first time he used Konkase.
Yes.
Damn, man.
Yes.
Konkase. I love these French
Konkase.
Korea. Korea shoot. Kotele. Mutin shot. Anti-manner.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say about like his new move because I was like, it's just a new move. That was cool,
I
guess,
I didn't know that was his new move. That's the thing. I mean, it's a little different. I mean, Luffy's are a lot easier to follow than Sanji's.
Yeah. Well, and I don't really make a big deal out of that kind of stuff because, especially so far with how Oda has done it, is like they just do it.
Yeah, they just do
right?
it.
Like, Luffy,
I think
he had hit was it pistol, right? Is like his normal punch.
Yeah, Gum no pistol.
And
And then
yeah, and
Gatling.
and like all of a sudden he's like, oh, now I have bazooka where I put both my hands into a big fist, and then he's got machine gun.
Well, it's more like a
and
palm attack.
Whatever, he just does it, and I was like, yeah, okay, sure. He just learned something new. Or pulled
Yeah,
something
I
up
think
or whatever.
Sanji already had this up on his sleeve. I'm only reading the wiki that says it debuts his new move called Konkase, which is enough to knock Satori out. So, and then I think Sanji's like, is my trial of love.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
And then
there's
I
so
think,
much shit like
and
that
then
where
I
I'm just
think
like,
Luffy
wow.
and then Luffy mocks him. Trial.
Yeah.
That battle was really weird. Crabs and spears coming out of clouds.
That battle was honestly, it was really funny. It was like because they're like touching the bubbles and they're like, oh, like this one blew up, this one like whatever, and the guy is like you'll never know what's gonna happen, it could be anything, and then he makes that like big bubble dragon thing.
Yeah.
And Luffy's like, what if I just cut the rope? What if I just cut the rope that you're controlling it with? And he's like, no! Ah! That was good. I liked that.
I mean, there's a lot. I honestly would have to reread Skypiea. It's been so long. I don't know. Alabasta is more easy to remember.
I think the reason Alabasta is easier to remember is because it's not as dense as Skypiea is, because there's like the same amount of stuff happens in Skypiea as Alabasta, except Skypiea is like almost half the length.
Yeah. I think my favorite part from Skypiea is coming up soon. So like after, so Sanji and Usopp and Luffy are dealing with that, while there's a priest, Shura, attacks the sacrificial altar where they find Chopper is the only one left on the ship, because apparently Zoro and Robin and Nami went out to explore. Meanwhile, oh wait, why is he the only one left?
Died for a second.
Oh, weird. House explains the Konus known as the Shandians and the Skypieans. Gonfal explains that he was the Fine Peace, however, once Enel took.
Yeah.
Shura heaven before he can finish off Chopper be evenly matched until Shura starts his ordeal of string, which activates several dials that shoot out up the foe. Gonval, Pierre. So I to explore. Oh, this is the part where they find out. In the map I have online, there's a circle in the island. Zoro's group reaches a starting conclusion that the upper yard is a part of Jaya. So Jaya is the circle in the island. That was really cool.
Sorry, you just cut out. I'm trying to
oh no.
see if it's something with Discord. Or if it's on my end, I don't even know.
Buggy.
Discord buggy never.
It feels like it's gotten pretty buggy recently.
Yeah, I know. Especially the God, the fucking mobile app, especially. I don't know, like.
Yeah, I rarely use that.
I use it when I'm out, but or if I'm just like laying in bed or whatever.
Oh, okay. So before the trial with Satori or whatever his name was, in the wiki it literally says, meanwhile Nami, Zoro, and Robin and Chopper find themselves on the altar ship, on the sacrificial altar, surrounded by shark-infested clouds. Zoro, Robin, and Nami decide to explore the upper yard for different reasons. Using a vine, the crew swings over to land, except Chopper, who stays to guard the ship. He just left Chopper to guard the ship. And what's really funny in the anime, when Zoro, I think it's in the dub, with Zoro swing, he's like, oh, like a Tarzan.
That has to be the dub. There's no way.
No, that's in the dub. It's in the dub. I don't know if it's in the
yeah.
Japanese though. I'd have to look, but it's hilarious.
That's funny. Welcome back to the shit show.
Yay, technical difficulties! I wonder if the quality will be different because it's not on stream.
Who knows? I do not have the answer to that question because I am not looking at your stream.
Who cares? This is a scuffed video and I like that.
True. We've only gone off on like 50 tangents.
Last thing I like talking about was or what that was able on stream was literally we were talking about Zoro swinging, and he's like, ah.
Yeah, Zoro swinging.
And then the last thing I said was fan, but I meant to say like localization. I was gonna say fan dub.
I mean, in a way, I guess you could say it's a fan dub.
Oh, don't get me started. It's a whole rabbit in a bottle with localization. A rabbit hole.
It sure is.
I should have got water before I started this recording. God damn it!
I mean, you can get water if you want.
Maybe let's just pretend this is a stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently because they were knocked off the edge, what's his name? Golfan? Gonfall.
I just had his name in front of me.
Gonfall, Pierre, and Chopper end up falling into the clouds, but they are saved by giant south birds, which are native to Shandaria, or whatever the island was called previously before it was named Skypiea. And so then Zoro's group reached a startling conclusion that Upper Yard is part of Jaya. Specifically, it is the location of the Gold City mentioned in Liar Nolan's tale. In other words, the Gold City did not sink into the water. It was launched into the sky by the knock-up stream. At the same time, Chopper wakes up and finds him, and along with Gonfall, Pierre are safe on the sacrificial altar. As it turns out, they were saved by a flock of giant south birds.
Yeah, when I think it would have been around now-ish when I realized, oh, this is supposed to be Oda's take on El Dorado. And I thought that was really cool.
It's reverse Atlantis.
Everyone thinks, well, yeah, because like the story of El Dorado is that it sunk to the bottom of the ocean, right?
Right.
And Oda's like, what if it went in the sky though? And I was like, that's fucking genius.
Write that down.
Like, what a cool twist on that.
Dude, and then when you think about the Liar Nolan's tale, it's kind of upsetting. Not Liar Nolan.
Oh my god. Like, I've talked about how Oda uses
backstories,
flashbacks before, and like he does it so well, especially in Skypiea, where like, because something he did before is it'd be like a couple of chapters would be the flashback, and then
he does that a lot.
Be like, okay, yeah, he does do that a lot, and it's like 2 or 3 chapters usually is what he goes for. But in Skypiea, except for the one specifically, he does a lot of flashbacks, and they're like a couple of pages, and I was like, I really like how he's using it here. And then he took the like, I think it was like 3 chapters he used for the Nolan one to tell the story.
I think we're not there yet, but
no, I know, but I just but I feel like that the way he did that specifically worked really well, because he needed to tell this story, and it was like actually like fairly lengthy. Anyways.
So then, as a tribe of Shandia, a girl named Aisha, who has the ability to use mantra, reveals that both
the little girl, yes,
Satori and Gonfall were defeated. And taking this opportunity, Wiper, leader of the Shandia warriors and the ones who attacked the Straw Hats earlier, decide to invade Upper Yard. He and his tribe warriors battle with remaining priests. When Wiper comes across Luffy's group, he warns them to leave the island and not to interfere. The battle between the Shandian and the priests seemed to be even until one of their strongest warriors, Kamakiri, is defeated. Wait, what does Kamakiri look like? Is that the woman? I think it is. Oh no, Kamakiri has sunglasses on.
Oh yeah, this guy
is defeated while trying to rescue Aisha's cousin Raki, is the female Once Wiper hears about this, he orders a retreat. Nami, Zoro, and Robin return to the altar, and at the same time, Luffy's group finally arrives. They finally meet up!
Oh yeah, and the other thing that happened was this wasn't even like a super important thing, but Aisha, she comes back with like a bag of treasure or something from, I don't remember. She like stole it or something. I don't remember, but she's talking to, what was her cousin, Rika?
Rika, yeah.
Yeah.
Araki, or what is Raki?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Araki. And she's like, no, I didn't steal it. This is my treasure, blah, blah, blah. And then, she's like, just let me hang on to it while I go and do whatever. And she's like, okay. And like that was like, it was such like a small thing, but Raki's holding on to her bag for her while she's off doing whatever the fuck, I don't know. She was helping them with something, like look for the rest of the crew or something like that. Because she has the really strong hearing, right?
Yeah, the mantra. So then they finally meet up. It's getting dark, so the crew decide to camp out in the forest. If they were found, they would have more room to fight, and they would not destroy the Going Merry anymore. This is my favorite part. The Straw Hats pool all their information together and surmise the upper yard is actually the lost city of gold. So yeah, you are right. It is literally the road of El Dorado.
Yeah.
With this information,
and I was like, this is so cool.
yeah.
Like, the one thing I wasn't surprised by, like overly surprised by, was that the upper yard was the part of the island. Like that one I figured out pretty early on. Just
well, I mean, like the shape of it.
Not even that. Just like them talking about it. Because they're, you know, we're going to the Sky Island, right? Like, where are we? Where's the rest of the island? I don't know. It could be anywhere. And then it's that. I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, sure, you know.
Too high IQ for this.
Apparently.
So they get.
But no, the whole El Dorado thing I thought was cool.
So they decide to steal the Gold City before they go back to the Blue Sea. In order to come up with a plan, Nami puts the map of Jaya and Skypiea together. I thought this was really cool when Jaya and the Skypiea map together form the image of a skull.
That was really cool, yeah.
Nolan logbook stated that the city of gold was in the skull's right eye. So if you flip the map around... Oh, I was wrong. The island isn't in the circle. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
Stupid.
Oh my god, that's gonna be in the video. People are gonna be like watching. Actually, I'm like, yeah.
Actually, like, fucking whatever.
I remembered it wrong. I remembered it wrong because Jaya isn't the shape of a circle. Jaya is in the shape of like a square looking teeth.
Yeah.
So like where the eye is where that like cloudy like. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the right eye, which they realize is referring to Jaya's geography. To celebrate, Luffy starts a huge bonfire, much to Nami's annoyance, since it will get the priest's attention. Along with a pack of wolves, the Straw Hats dance around the fire as an Eve of Gold festival. And what's funny is his dance is like used later on in the story, like his shadow.
That's awesome.
You ever heard of Nika?
I don't think so.
Okay, don't worry about it then. That's
Okay.
later on. So he's dancing with a pack of wolves. Literally a man, a wild man. So at the point,
Yeah, I love that because, if I remember, they were like, oh, we shouldn't make the fire too big or else they'll know we're coming here, and they're like, yeah, and what's your point?
So
Like, we're gonna die anyways. Like, we're gonna go fucking get our treasure, we're gonna kick their asses, or we're gonna die. Like, whatever, let's just have fun.
what's the worst that can happen? We die? So what? We're here for an adventure and have a good time.
Exactly.
No regrets.
Yeah, no, I loved that. It was so good. And was it Zoro who came back with like all the extra firewood, and he's like,
Probably.
I mean, we have to burn it.
Probably. That seems like a Zoro thing.
It was so good.
So Gonfall regains consciousness. He explains to Robin that the most valuable was the dirt that he saw, the soil called Verth, which is just earth, but they call it Verth.
Yeah.
Which can rear plant life much better than the clouds can, causing a religious reverence for it by the Skypeans. When Upper Yard was launched into the sky hundreds of years ago, it was considered a holy land, which led to wars with the native Shandia over control of land. Because they literally lived on the island, and they were launched into the sky. Like, imagine you're just living on an island, like, you know, having a peaceful life, and then all of a sudden, you just wake up one morning, and you're just like, where did the ocean go?
And the thing, kind of interesting thing is, Oda didn't actually show that happening.
No, yeah, that's true.
Which I thought was really interesting, and it's like he didn't really need to show it, so it like I understand why it wasn't there, but it is also interesting that he didn't.
I mean, I think it would be pretty hard to draw.
No, I agree, but I was just like, huh. Especially with like all the
backstory.
Like the backstory he does, and like the amount of detail he goes into with a lot of this stuff is
Yeah,
just,
you
like,
never get to see that guy's reaction of his island. The guy who meets with Nolan, I forget his name. The promise that he had with Nolan.
Yeah.
You don't see
you're talking
his
about the
reaction
chief, right?
to the island being shot up. His name starts
like,
with an I-R, I think.
I want to say you're Rocky, but I don't think that's right.
So, after that, everyone's going to sleep. This is my favorite part that like really gave me goosebumps. Was after the party ends, Usopp goes to the river to urinate when he sees a strange figure fixing the going merry, but the fog prevents him from seeing it clearly. In the morning, they find out the damages caused by Ashura have been fixed, and the upgrades done by the the Saruyama Alliance have been removed. So, like, all the flying equipment. Not only is it odd that someone else would help them in the enemy's territory, but also that the person would know what the ship originally looked like. So I thought that was really cool.
I did too. Did they say who?
It gets explained later on into the story.
Okay, because I was wondering about that. I was like, who was that? Because it did have to be someone that they knew, right?
I don't want to say anymore without spoiling.
That's fine. But yeah, no, I just couldn't remember if they had said during Skypiea or not. That's all.
So, the focus is, however, they decide to not focus too much on it, so they like brush it off, but like it will be brought up later on. And once they get the ship off the altar, Nami forms a plan while Usopp Luffy, Zoro, Chopper, and Robin go to the city. Nami, Usopp, and Sanji will take the Going Merry and Gonfall out of the upper yard. Meanwhile, Wiper punishes Rocky because of a bag of dirt given to her by. So it was a bag of dirt, not a bag of treasure. Like that was.
No, she called it her bag of treasure, because she had gotten it from the upper yard. But we didn't
right,
know
because
what
they
was
don't
in
live
the
on the
bag
up. They don't
until
live
then.
in the upper yard.
Yes.
It's kind of weird how they were humans and then they just over like generations they sprouted wings.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't think that was explained either, which is like, okay.
Well, I think what they
That's it.
like they don't fly with the wings. I think it just gives them more of an ability that makes them less light. That's what I
Yeah.
think. Where they have more of an easier time walking on the clouds.
Yeah.
They decided to not focus so much. So yeah, Rocky, because of the bag of dirt given her by Aisha, was what got her caught in the first place. Oh, so Aisha got caught? I can't remember. Stating that she can still fight. Oh no, Rocky got caught.
Rocky got caught because she had the bag of dirt, and Aisha was with the
Straw Hat. I think she was, like you said, she was leading them there.
Yeah.
Decides to start one final offensive, telling his soldiers that they are retaking their home. At Upper Yard, Enel reveals himself and meets with the priests, telling them that they are free to use their ordeals on all of the island.
Oh, right, because they could only do their trials in certain parts of the island, but because the Straw Hats were coming to Enel, he's like, you can do whatever you want now.
Just kick
Be
their
wherever
asses.
you want. Just kick their ass.
So, so then, as the Shandian and the Straw Hats both head into the island, the survival game begins. The first battle royale.
Yeah, I laughed so hard about that. I was like, huh. Oda really just wrote in a battle royale into fucking One Piece, huh?
Yeah, well, this is way
A
before
before a battle royale was even a thing.
Well, more like before it became popular. I bet you there were battle royale stories or books back then.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing in like games really though.
Yeah. So Luffy's group sets off for the Gold City, only to encounter a gigantic the gigantic python, of course.
Oh god.
Due to its attack, the group gets separated, with only Robin still on the right path on the Going Merry. Gonfall.
Oh, yeah, because they're all like walking through the forest, and then I don't remember if it was Luffy or Zoro. No, it was Luffy who was like, "Oh yeah, we have to go this way," and Robin's like, no, that's the wrong way." And
It was
Luffy
probably
goes,
Zoro.
"Oh, okay.
It was probably Zoro because he has bad direction. He gets lost a lot.
It was Luffy. Zoro was just there. I don't know.
Okay.
And he's like, okay. Yeah, and then they get attacked by the giant python, and they all get separated. And Luffy's like, I don't know where I'm going. And Zoro's like, I don't know where I'm going. I think this is the right way.
So on the Going Merry, Gonfall recounts the history of the country, the origins of the Shandians, and the rift between their people. He tells them that 6 years ago, Enel appeared out of nowhere, leading a powerful army and gained control over the Upper Yard. Like, we never really know where Enel came from, other than he came from other Skypiea islands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know he was born on another Skypiea island.
He got the power of his devil fruit.
Yeah, I forget if we're told what the island.
I don't think it was named.
Like if they made anything or anything. I think it was. I don't remember what the name was or anything like that. If it was, wasn't, then like it wasn't. I'm just fucking misremembering. But I know. I mean, this is a little bit later, but like he fucking blows it up or something.
No, he starts to blow up the island.
No, he blows up his own island,
Oh.
and then he leaves, and then he becomes God. That's what happened.
So he tells them 6 years over the upper yard. Gonfall then explains how dials can be used as weapons, demonstrating with impact dial, which can absorb and reflect attacks.
Which was really cool. This was awesome.
Meanwhile, the Shandians come across Shura and are immediately caught in his ordeal of string. However, Wiper manages to avoid it and defeat Shura using a reject dial, which is a thought to be extinct version of the impact dial that multiplies the attack power but also damages the user as the warriors split. So it's like a double-edged sword or something.
Yeah.
That's his ability, the reject dial. I reject your trial. And so
reject.
warriors split and continue on. Enel releases his 50 divine soldiers led by Yama to fight them. At the point, Enel predicts that within a few hours there will only be 5 participants in the survival game, including himself left. It literally is a battle royale. Holy shit.
It is literally a battle royale. And yeah, no, it's just really funny. He's like, in this amount of time there's gonna be 5 people left, and then it's just like, okay buddy, whatever you say.
Okay. And then so Zoro ends up facing the Shandian warrior Braham, the guy with the guy who has like a toque or whatnot and the 2 guns. And this is where Zoro got like frustrated. He's like, well, I can't reach you, I might as well come up with a technique that I can hit you with. And that's when he comes up with the Sanjuroku Pound Hound. You know, his attack that's a ranged one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Flying slash attack, which ends up getting evolved to 36-pound Phoenix.
That's funny.
But I like how it's pronounced in the anime. It sounds way better than just reading it in English like 36-pound Phoenix.
Wow!
36 caliber Phoenix. That's what the Viz translated pound to caliber. God damn America. God damn Americans.
Hell yeah, 36 pounds.
No, they switched it from pound to caliber because guns.
Yeah.
But it just sounds better in Japanese when they use the attacks, I think. Sanjuroku Pound Hound. Pound Hole. 36 Klesha Phoenix.
Yeah.
Santorio Sanjuku Pound Hound. Like if you heard it in the anime, it's pretty cool.
That's one of those things where it's like, it just sounds better in Japanese, you know.
But then you think about it, like if you were Japanese, it probably sounds ridiculous to shout that out.
Oh no, absolutely. That's something a lot of people don't get, is like, it sounds so cool in Japanese, which, because to us it's just not something that we hear normally, and it's just like completely foreign. But to a Japanese person, they're like, oh, that's cringe, and that's something just like a lot of people don't understand, is like, yeah, anime is just kind of fucking cringe, dude. Like, it just is. And it's not just like a thing of with it being in English. It's like, no, like if you understand a little bit of Japanese, it's like, yeah, no, this is like the same shit.
Here, I'll stream it on Discord. Oops.
Because like you think you think about it with Japanese people, they wear a lot of like English text shirts just because they think the characters.
Yeah,
are
that's
cool.
like getting a tattoo that just says like hi or something like
Yeah, exactly.
gear, or you know, like just a word, like a random English word. It's like, yo, that looks cool.
Exactly.
Like hell, maybe. All right, I have it. It's only 28 seconds. Here you see it. I'm streaming it on Discord.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yosh.
All right, here we go.
一刀流
Yeah, so 36 pound Phoenix. It just sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean that delivery is just really good.
Well, the voice actor is so talented. Like, but what sucks is like I hear his voice quite a bit in some anime, right? And then I just realize, oh wait, that's Zoro.
Is his voice actor?
He's in a lot actually.
Kazuya Nakai. That name is familiar.
He voices one of the characters in Gintama. He's Roanor Zowo.
Zawo.
He's Shinjiro Aragaki. He's Zoro. He's Zoro.
Whoa! So you telling me Zoro is Zoro? That's great.
He's Ku-calling prototype. Yeah, oh, here it is. Toshiro Hijikata from Gintama. He's
He
Jin.
plays Ultraman. That's funny.
He's
Or
Jin.
Ultraman Max.
He's Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. He's Zoro. I'm looking at behind the voice actor, and he's just Zoro.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too.
Zoro, Roano, One Piece episode of the East Blue. He's Roanor Zoro. Oh, One Piece Film Gold episode 0. He's Zoro. Burning
Whoa,
Blood.
he's Zoro in Jump Force. That's crazy.
Yo, he's Zoro in Burning Blood. Oh, here, Zap Renfro
Wait,
from.
he's also the voice of Pierre.
Wait, he is?
Apparently.
Where do you see that?
It's just you scroll down a little bit.
Oh my gosh, he's. Oh. Oh yes,
That's
Drip, fake
funny.
Sanji.
He plays Aquaman in DC Superheroes vs. Eagle Talon.
Damn, bro. Oh, he's
He
zero.
voiced Gilgamesh in a Final Fantasy anniversary thing.
Oh, cool.
Oh, he's just the voice of Gilgamesh for Final Fantasy. That's crazy.
I was about to say in Fate. Wait, no, that's wrong. That's wrong.
That'd be funny if he was also the.
He
if
does.
was also
He voices
Gilgamesh.
two characters in Fate Grand Order. One's is Cullen Prototype, which is his younger version, but he has like an older version voice than Cullen. It's so weird. And then he also voices Beowulf.
Oh, that's actually wow.
Yep, this guy's done a lot. And his voice is very iconic.
He's done a lot, and he also has a lot of recurring roles, other than just Zoro.
In every single game, he is Zoro.
It's so funny. Like you scroll through it, he's like, oh yeah, he's what's his name from Persona 3? He's
Wait,
some
you know
characters in
Grand Blue
Fate.
Fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Yo, look at what I'm streaming right now. Grand Blue Fantasy 2014. He's Eustace, he's Hijikata, and Zoro.
Whoa!
You could have a whole 3-man team of just him. Oh man, I was
Voiced
so
the character in Xenoblade Chronicles X. That's pretty cool.
I was so-
And it's not Zoro.
I was so tempted to go back to Grand Blue Fantasy when I heard they were doing a collab with One Piece, but I'm like, do I have the sanity to?
The answer is probably no.
Alright. So after the Pound Ho Phoenix, he defeated the guy with the guns instantly. Because he was just a dude with guns. And Zoro is, well, Zoro. At the same time, Luffy encounters Wiper once again, though they seem to be evenly matched, which is kind of weird to think about.
That was weird.
It's just a guy with a bazooka. And
I'm trying to remember if
rejectile.
Luffy was doing something else at the time.
Well, they're evenly matched to a point, and I bet you Luffy would have kicked it up a notch, but Luffy is then eaten by the giant python, interrupting the battle. So
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. That explains it.
he was probably just testing the water, and then he's like, all right, time to do something cool. And then he just gets
And
yeeted.
then Luffy spends the next 10 chapters in the Python, or I don't remember how long it was, but it
So-
was it was a while.
So Chopper ends up encountering a priest, Gadatsu, who, after being defeated by the reindeer, gets caught in his own ordeal swamp and falls into the blue sea. Wait, he just falls to the blue sea? Dude just falls from Skypiea into the blue sea. I don't remember that.
Sorry, which I was distracted by something.
Chopper fights Gadatsu, who had the ordeal of swamp. He had like the big frowny face.
Oh, yeah. No, he just gets fucked.
Dude falls to his death? Question
Yeah.
mark?
As far as I know, yeah, he just fucking fell. It was like, okay, bye.
He's alive, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Chopper managed to get one hit on, but he was upside down. He simply flew downward to the blue sea. He just simply flew down. Apparently he opened up a hot springs, much to his eventual shock. Accidental Blue Life Saga.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Sure.
a cover page story. You're gonna probably be reading.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about the cover. I don't remember what the cover page stories were for like the first half-ish of Skypiea, but I know in the later part it's like Ace's search for Blackbeard or something like that.
Yeah, they don't do that on the anime. Look, they miss so much of the cover stories in the anime, which is sad.
That is sad because it's actually like
Genius.
kind of important stuff.
It's genius by Oda.
I can't think off the top of my head of any other manga that does that.
Obviously, he has some. He'll have like, it like fluctuates. He'll have like a couple chapters with an entire story, and then once that's done, he does like a bunch of like reader requests where it's like, Zoro doing this, Nami doing that, Luffy hugging like a panda.
Yeah.
And then after that, then he's like, oh, I have an idea for some story. So after that guy gets sent down to the blue sea, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, because they're like, what was it, like 10,000 feet up or something like that?
Something really high.
It was crazy.
So then he gets sent. Robin encounters the big fat guy, Yama, in the ancient rooms and just literally just yeets him with her devil fruit. Like she just rolls him around. Do you remember that? I do. She fights this big giant priest guy, and she just rolls him around because he's a big
Because he's just a big guy.
So on the going merry, Enel appears to tell Gonfall that he has no use for the island anymore and then he's about to leave when Sanji and Usopp attack him. He uses his devil fruit to electrocute them, rendering them both unconscious. This was a pretty cool moment with Sanji, I think. Wait, how many times does Sanji get electrocuted in this arc?
Like 4 or 5 or something like that? It was a lot.
Because, like, I know where he literally gets his cigarette lit by Enel after being struck by lightning.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there, like...
that... I think that was after
his first shot.
On his... Was that the first one?
Wait,
I thought that was when they were on his ship.
Sanji versus Enel. Can Enel beat Sanji?
Oh no, because I don't think Sanji fought him on the arc. Because I think he was fucking around with the engine or something.
Okay, this is probably later on. Because he's all covered in bandages.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so cool though. I was just thinking how I wanted a light.
Yeah, that was really cool. I was just thinking, I really wanted a light. Yeah, no, that was awesome.
Dude has the durability like crazy. Oh, and then he just falls over.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, this account is literally just a Zoro stan. Oh my goodness. I literally like found a account where I was just looking at the image with him doing it, and then I clicked the link and it's to Twitter. Sanji goes against the strongest and second strongest in oh my gosh, my English. Organization crews. This thread will show Sanji fights and interactions portrayal when he faces up against strongest or second strongest in the crew organization. Will Sanji ever get the upper hand in these interactions? We'll find out. Let's get started. Sanji's first interaction with the second strongest was Gin. Sanji lost the fight to Gin. He then faced the top guy in Arlon Park and proceeded to get negative. Like, what is this account? Sanji then faces off against Enel, where he gets negative again. So then Sanji fights a guy after the post-time skip, and then there was a crack in his leg and even complains about it while walking later. Like, just random, like,
Sanji with the common L.
Oh my goodness, there was a post deleted, and then this guy replied, yes he did. Zoro bodied Hody and Morgans. Scar, Kaido, show me Sanji tagging a stronger guy. Dude is a fucking Zoro I hate these people with a burning passion. Does Shanks Dude, there's a guy who's like a One Piece poster, and he posts the stupidest bait. It's like, does Shanks one-shot current Zoro? And this guy literally, nobody one-shotting Zoro. Ah! You're the reason the fandom's bad. Oh my god. Now, do you understand the Zoro versus Sanji debate?
No. I don't. I really don't.
I don't know where it came from. Like, what started? They're on the same team.
I guess it's just one of those things where it's like, which one is stronger, Zoro or Sanji? And it's like,
Do they?
I don't
did
fucking
they
know,
ever do
man.
that with Goku and Vegeta?
I mean, yeah, like constantly, like that's like their thing. But, cause like, Goku is pretty much always like a step ahead of Vegeta, and Vegeta is like, I need to be stronger. I need to beat Goku.
My Saiyan pride.
And then, yes,
Saiyan
and then
pride.
like, every once in a while, Vegeta does get a little bit stronger than Goku, and then Goku's like, aha, but I learned how to do this.
But I did that too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then Vegeta's like, oh, no,
Oh,
it can't be.
no,
I'm behind
Kakarot,
again."
Kakarot, no, my bride. I can't take it anymore. Kakarot, please.
It's so fucking funny.
Dude killed people. This dude killed people. Oh, Kakarot, please. We must train together, Kakarot. Please, please, Kakarot, give me attention. Oh.
I would never train with you. My Bulma. I just started watching Dragon Ball Super like a couple of days ago.
No.
So that was like.
So I watched the movies, and apparently a couple of the movies are a part of Super, and you can just like.
Yeah. So like the first two movies are the first like 30-ish episodes of Dragon Ball Super, and they're not even like exactly the same. Like the overall like plot is the same, but they changed some things a bit. It's kind of weird, and a lot of it's just like stretched out for no real reason, and I'm just like, eh.
But the animation style good. Like, why can't One Piece get that?
The
anime.
movies were.
Oh no, the movies were way good, but the animation style.
Yeah,
was-
that's what I'm saying. It's like the animation in the movies was really good.
They should
and then
just
they
do
like,
One Piece movies of arcs.
for whatever reason, they just, instead of just like chopping the movie up and then just like airing it, they're like, yep, we're just gonna redo everything, and we're gonna have a really tight schedule, and it's like, okay,
Those
why?
poor
You could have just like
workers.
worked on the episodes after that.
Those poor workers.
Yeah, no, it was awful.
Right. So yeah, Devil Fruit ability electrocute them, rendering them both unconscious. So they didn't get disintegrated like that one guy.
No, because plot armor.
Immediately after, Satori's brother Hotori and Kotori arrive for her to get revenge, but after they're defeated by Nami and Ganfall. Imagine getting defeated by Nami.
Well, I mean, you know, she's got a big stick.
Yes, she does. During all these events, the minor Shindoria warriors and the divine soldiers battle fiercely. The minor Shindoria. What is this wiki? I'm literally reading the wiki page. Oh my god. Will I get copyrighted by that?
No,
I bet you people
the
read
wiki
wiki.
page is
I bet you people read wiki pages all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the wiki page is like a fan thing, so they can't fucking copyright it. You
No,
can't
yeah, this is
copyright
One Piece
a work-
fandom. That's true.
Yeah, like as far as I know, you can't copyright a summary.
This is
of
gonna be a long ass
another
video.
person's work. Yeah, I mean, when we talked last time, it was like over 2 hours. So
Was it?
2-3 hours. Yeah, I think it's almost 3 hours.
I mean, the amount of rants, I guess we were on ranting it too. I mean, that's what happens when you got like so many other things that collide, or goddamn words hard. English hard.
That dang finagled English. I only speak American.
So, meanwhile, Aisha, the Shandia girl, who can use mantra, uses a dial boat to go to the upper yard, but the ship shuts down and she is picked up by Konus and Pagaya. After Hattori and Katori defeat, Gonfall leaves the ship with Pierre in order to find out what Enel meant. Leaving Nami his impact dial, immediately afterwards, Konus and Pagaya use a Milky dial to form a shortcut to the exit and meet with Nami on the ship.
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
Magic.
Like, oh yeah, but this Milky Dial, I can make a new road. Like, oh, okay.
All right then. Giving Nami a new waiver while they take care of Usopp and Sanji, Zoro unintentionally ends up with a South Bird following him everywhere because he thinks Zoro has food. In the snake's stomach, Luffy sees a ton of gold and ruins, but cannot seem to find his way out under the assumption that he's in a cave.
Oh man,
I think this is everyone's problem with this Skypiea art. It is just this whole thing where Luffy is just taken out of this scene.
I do think you're completely right, is that Oda wrote himself into a corner with this, but like, it didn't need to go on as long as it did, man. Like, it was just kind of annoying. It does make me wonder what
he was thinking at the time.
Yeah. Like, I think he did want Luffy to go into the snake because it'd be like, haha, this is kind of funny, and then he has to like try and find a way out, but then he's like, well, I can't just let Luffy out now to fall because then it would just be
also
over
the
and
fact
be like,
I think it wouldn't be in character for Luffy to just immediately like, oh, I'm in the snake, I gotta find a way out. Of course he literally wrote himself into a corner because Luffy's an idiot.
Yeah, and like I don't know, he just didn't need to be in the snake as long as he did.
Yeah. It takes like one of the other Straw Hats to come in to let him like, yo, you're in a snake, bud.
Yeah, it was. I know this is a little bit ahead of where we are, but like the snake swallows the other Straw Hats or something somehow.
It was
I don't remember.
Nami, right?
No, it was. It wasn't just Nami. I don't.
Probably Chopper too.
I know it was Nami, Aisha, and
someone else.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, they tell Luffy like, oh, we're in a snake. He's like, ah, we're in a snake. I thought this was a cave, and that was pretty funny. But
so after that, a bored NL decides to participate in his game and attacks the Shandia warrior Kamakiri. However, his electric attack unintentionally knocks out all the warriors fighting along the river. It's 2 hours into the survival game, and there are only 25 participants left in the battle royale. I'm surprised no one mentions that Skypiea is a battle royale.
That's one thing I'm surprised by too, because like, especially today, where like battle royales have been such a big thing for like half a decade now or something.
It's like the whole like meme about tournament arcs. Now we need a battle royale arc.
Tournament arc. Yeah.
That's why I picked up MHA.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised nobody talks about how a big chunk of Skypiea is just a battle royale.
In El Dorado.
Yeah, battle royale in El Dorado, like that's fucking
in the
crazy.
Sky. Yo guys, just wait till you see this new battle royale game. It's in El Dorado in the sky. Oh.
You know,
That would actually be a cool like idea for a battle royale, is where the island slowly falls apart. Instead of like the whole like, oh, here comes the storm, gotta run. Oh shit, the island's falling apart into the sea. Oh shit, the island's falling apart into the sky.
I'm really surprised Fortnite hasn't done a Skypiea map
You mean
as
a
a
sky?
crossover.
Well, no, well, One Piece hasn't had a crossover with Fortnite.
Oh, they haven't had one at all yet?
Nope.
I thought they did.
I don't think
Oh.
Oda wants it.
Thank God.
Because like you got Toriyama's Dragon Ball, Naruto, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, Attack on Titan. I bet you One Piece is just too expensive. I mean, it would be weird seeing Luffy use a gun. He wouldn't be able to use a gun.
I mean, it's weird seeing Goku use a gun.
Also, yeah, I guess that's true. Sanji wouldn't be able
It's
to
weird
use
seeing
a
a lot of these characters using a gun.
Rasengan.
Like Rasengan Scoob.
Yeah.
Say it.
Wait, I'll see if it
fuck.
search. I'll search it up.
I know.
Anyone else disappointed there are no One Piece skins? I'm not disappointed. I was really looking forward to getting One Piece skins in the game after the live action show was released, but nothing. Really? Come on, dude.
It's like, it is one of those things where, like, I am surprised just because of how many crossovers Fortnite does now. But at the same time, it's like, it just... it's made...
Fortnite fans are weird.
It's
I play
made
it for
people
fun.
expect like crossovers like this with like every game now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you don't need a crossover for every single fucking game. Like, just let the game be its own thing. I don't know.
Wait, what? One Piece is literally one of the most popular animes, if not the most popular. I guess there are things in the background that could be holding the skins and stuff back, but I am really disappointed. The other two big three anime have a bunch of skins and everything, while One Piece is just left to sit while just a single fucking creative map. I mean, Bleach doesn't have skins, lol. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, I don't think Bleach got anything in Fortnite.
Wait, 200 days late, but JJK fell off, and One Piece is still on top of These comments, Reddit is gold.
This has got to be one of those things where people are like, well, Bleach isn't that popular anymore, so it's not in the big three. And Naruto ended, so it's not in the big three. And it's like, that's not how it works. God damn it.
Well, it does feel like, I think did Shonen Jump push the whole meme about the big three, or was it the community that called it the big three?
It was the community that called it the big three, and then Shonen Jump kind of ran with it, and they were trying to like find their new big three.
See, it
but
has to
it's
happen
just-
natural.
Yeah, exactly. It has to happen naturally, and
If there's never ever going to be another big three, that's fine. It just was a time of the it's a product of the time.
yeah, like, and I don't want to say there won't ever be a big three ever again, because that's just ignorant of me to say, but I don't think there's gonna be a big three ever again, because
No, I
like
don't
you said,
think
it's
so
a
either.
product of the time. It just, everything just lined up so perfectly where anime, it was the early 2000s, anime was really blowing up, manga was really blowing up, and there were 3 really popular shonen series
I mean, the amount
that
of
were just
the-
huge.
the amount of series that are ending and series that get canned is ridiculous. So I don't think there will be a big 3.
No. And because like
And that's
the
fine.
thing is with a lot of the the newer stuff in Jump, that's really popular. It's about to end. Look at Demon Slayer. Look at Attack on Titan. I mean, Attack on Titan blew up pretty early on thanks to the anime. But
And then they waited like how many years until the next season?
like 4 years
Ugh.
to season 2. And by the time season 2 came out, a lot of people just didn't care about it anymore. And even, let's say, even if they didn't wait 4 years for season 2, it still wouldn't have been as big as the big 3.
Yeah.
That's my rant about that.
No, like there's one that I'm reading that's like Kaiju number 8, and I'm enjoying it. And apparently it's like ending soon. I'm like, really?
And that's the other thing is a lot of the newer series, they don't go on for like 600-700 chapters
You
anymore.
remember Dr. Stone? I do.
Yeah.
No one talks about that.
No, because it's people got bored of it, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it's been over for a while now.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, the anime is still going, as far as I know.
Well, also like to go back to My Hero, Horikoshi did want to continue it, but then realized like, oh, this is too much.
Yeah. But like even still, 430 chapters? That's a lot. And you know how long Dragon Ball was? It's about 430 chapters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there you go. Oh.
Anyway, Luffy's in the snake.
Fucking snake. I totally forgot how we got on this rant as the fucking snake.
Battle Royales. It was Battle Royales that led to Fortnite.
Yeah,
that led
it was
to
snake, battle royales, oh, god damn it, man, the fucking snake.
spiderweb. Spiderweb thinking right now. You know, like that's how the brain works. You relate one thing
Yep.
via web. My ADD just kicks off, and I'm like, oh wait, what about this thing?
See, I've never been diagnosed with ADD, but I wouldn't be surprised if I do have it just because of how my fucking brain works. And it's One Piece, right?
Yeah. So during this time, Robin reaches the City of Gold, where she has been separated onto different layers of clouds to find that there is no gold, but she instead finds out the poneglyph. Ah, yes, the poneglyphs.
Right, because she finds like the lower of it, right?
Yeah, poneglyph is in the city, specifically on the Golden Bell. However, the bell is nowhere to be found. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Chopper climbs a giant beanstalk. He finds and searches for the
Sorry.
Giant-
Continue. I'll
giant's beanstalk. He finds and searches for the Golden City, only to end up in the domain of the priest of Ohm, who badly wounds him. What were you gonna say?
I can't say for sure, but when I was reading this, I was like, did Oda also kind of throw in a Jack and the Beanstalk
He
into
did.
this too?
He did.
Like, this man's fucking cooking something crazy.
Dude, the amount of references, like, you know that whole thing with Game of Thrones, the bloody wedding?
Yeah.
He has like a part in the story like that.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that was around the time when Game of Thrones was pretty good, still good. Yeah, because he consumes media and then like puts his spin on it.
Damn, you telling me Oda actually reads?
And watches?
Insane.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have a island in the sky without a beanstalk, would you?
Probably not, but you know, I'm sure there's something you could cook up. But yeah, no, that was like,
Wow. You just threw in another thing in here.
Yeah, might as well. So on the Going Merry, Aisha tries to escape, but when Nami chases after her, the python appears and attacks him because Luffy is hitting the lining of the stomach out of frustration.
Oh yeah, the python's like freaking out and everybody's like, what is it doing?
So
Like, what is going on?
using the waiver to escape, Nami and Aisha end up even deeper in the jungle. At the same time, the South Bird, while trying to steal Zoro's backpack, carries Zoro through the air, but drops him when the snake tries to eat him. So Wiper reaches Ohm's area when Gonfall appears to explain that he had just been to the God's Shrine. It's completely destroyed, with NL nowhere in sight, meaning that there's no point going there. Zoro ends up landing here, and Ohm declares that not one of them will escape the ordeal of iron. As they all fight, Nami, Aisha, along with the other couple soldiers, end up in the area too. Wiper attacks them, telling Aisha to get out of the way. But Gonfall and Pierre save them, only end up being eaten by the python. So it's Gonfall, Pierre, Aisha, Nami that get eaten.
Yeah.
And then Zoro fights Ohm with his like weird stretchy sword.
Oh yeah, and Zoro's like, how is he hitting me? I'm so far away. I don't get it.
Yeah, what
And
was
Ohm's
his
like, you can't beat me. I can hit you anywhere.
what was his sword made out of? That's what I want to know.
I don't remember.
All I
think he
know
could
is
just,
that
like,
Ohm has
control
a
its length or
stoic and
something.
serious man, but he like sheds a tear for the fragility of humans. He's a weird character. Elysian Whip. Elysian Whip. Is a sword by Ohm, an Elysian Dial. Iron Shell. Extremely rare, so it's a sword with a dial on it. Emits a stream of iron cloud, which has the strength of iron but has clouds. Weightless and ability to change shape. Okay, so he just has a
Right.
dial for a sword, basically.
Right.
Which can, shift.
Yeah, and it worked basically like a whip.
Yeah, and then Zoro's like, well, fuck this. I'm using my new pound Phoenix, 180 pound hull.
Yeah.
And then he just knocks him out and like, well, that was easy. In the ruins of the Gold City, Shandoria, Robin encounters Enel, who explains that he took the gold from all the buildings, but expresses interest when Robin mentions the gold bell. On the edge of the island where the Going Merry is, one of the soldiers warns them that Enel is planning on destroying the Sky Island. And Enel attacks him along with Pagaya. Oh, this is where he gets the Will of P. The Will of P, Pagaya. So
Oh, right.
leaving Conus to go warn everyone on Angel Island. Enel then destroys the clouds above him, and Robin sending Zoro, Wiper, and the snake falling to where he is. Okay, so they were above him.
Yeah. And then.
Oh no! Wait, this is this is probably what pissed people off. Gonfall and Nami managed to escape the snake, accidentally leaving behind Luffy and Ice.
Yes.
And Pierre.
Yes. Yes. It was like, and this is like, God, it was so annoying. Like they had a way out, but it was just like, nope, Luffy's just staying here.
With Aisha and
It's like-
Pierre.
And I was just like, God damn it. God damn it. Like, why? Like, at that point, he had already been in the snake for like 2 or 3 chapters or something like that. I don't remember. But, it was, oh, God damn it.
So we got a pretty cool picture of them from the anime. Here, I'm gonna post a picture and put it in the chat of the 4 remaining guys. But this is from the movie, so all the like look at what they did to Robin, bro. Jesus, she's so spindly in this. This is from the movie, not the anime. The anime is way better at anyways. So Enel electrocutes the python. He announces that there are 3 minutes until the time is up. There are 6 survivors left. One of them will have to go. When he asks the remaining, I remember now, because he's doing this battle royale to take those people to where he wants to go.
Yeah. And at that point, Nami was hiding, and she thought that she hadn't been seen by him. And she's like, oh, I'm safe. And then he's like, there are 6 people remaining. And she's like, oh, fuck. God damn it.
One of them will have to go. When he asks the remaining survivors who should be, they unanimously decide, and now they all like point at him. There's 6 survivors.
They're like,
you're
gonna die.
At this point, Enel explains why he wants to destroy Skypiea. People living in the sky is unnatural. So as God, it is his job to help keep the natural order. After that,
What a nice guy.
after that, he wants to take people with him to the fairy Earth, which is just the moon. It's the moon. A piece of Earth of infinite size where it is only natural for God to reside, as opposed to the limited upper yard. In response, Gonfall attacks him, only to be defeated instantly. Thus making God's prediction true that 5 survivors beings, Enel, Wiper, Zoro, Robin, and Nami. When Robin says he cannot simply destroy the land haphazardly since he wants the gold bell, Enel replies that he already knows where it is and attacks her. Since he hates manipulative women. I like the
Robin figured out where the bell was, and
isn't Chopper like climbing?
At that point, he would have been knocked out.
He was knocked out. Right. By
Yeah.
Ohm. And so Zoro fights back, but then Wiper uses Sea Stone to shut off. Wait, he had Sea Stone?
Yes. He had Sea Stone, which was really cool because like it had only been brought up I think one time before that during
In Alabasta.
Yeah.
How did he have Sea Stone?
I
I don't remember. Because then I'm thinking like that giant metal thing in the back should like weigh him down if he got affected by Sea Stone.
I think he just had it. I don't know. I don't remember.
But he uses the
He
uses the
attacked him
reject
with it,
dial to
which-
kill him. However, with the Sea Stone off of him, Enel uses his ability to restart his. Wait, he actually
was so
died.
cool.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
He died, and then he restarted his heart with his
Gura
power like
no
that.
Mi.
That was crazy.
Enel defeats all the fighters, leaving only Nami with no hope to escape. Nami says she'll go with him.
Mm-hmm.
What was really cool about like when Enel like points out, Zoro, you have swords that are metallic, and Zoro's like, whatever, I'm gonna attack you. Literally just gets electrocuted by the conductivity of metal.
Yeah. And Luffy's still in the snake.
Oh, we're getting there.
I know. Oh my god.
Nami says she'll go with him. She follows him, taking along her waiver so she can escape at the right time. However, this proves useless as Enel reveals his means by escape. The Arc Maxim, a flying ship using his power as source of energy, using the gold from
friendship.
using the gold from the city as a conductor, which is pretty darn smart if I think about it.
Mm-hmm. No, it was like credit where credit is due.
Enel's a pretty smart guy. He's just a fucking asshole.
Except
and kind of
he doesn't
insane.
know what rubber is.
Well, yeah, but like that's like how could he know what rubber is, right? When it doesn't exist in Skypiea.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Luffy's group manages to escape from the Python and come across Enel's victims. After barely conscious, Robin explains the situation. Aisha explains that she can use mantra to lead Luffy to him.
There was this really funny thing. I imagine it was in the anime. I don't actually know, but in the manga, right before they get out, they lift up the eyelids of the snake, and Luffy and Aisha are like fucking yelling at each other. There's no words. It's just like, you know, it's just like lines coming out of their heads or whatever, like they were yelling, and then Luffy keeps making this thing where he's like, the only way to get out of the snake is through its butt. And everyone's like, no, we can just go through its mouth.
Yeah.
It was like, well, I mean, when you eat food, you put it in through your mouth and it comes out of your butt.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was brought up a lot. I was like, wow, okay.
So mantra helps lead Luffy to him. At Angel Beach, Konos tries to convince everyone to leave the island, but she is labeled a heretic. To prove her point, she loudly yells and she does not consider Enel God, and everyone runs away to escape God's judgment. However, when nothing happens to her, they realize that she is right. After all, Enel will be destroying the entire land soon, so there's no point in specifically killing one person. They panic and run away, but the White Berets manage to bring order to the evacuation. All right, the time is now. Luffy finally reaches Enel, and then you get the iconic. What?
I was like, yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. In general, I don't mind when Oda takes his time to like set up like a gag or something, or just like set up the story or whatever. But the thing with the fucking Python was so goddamn annoying. I was like, please just let Luffy fight Enel. Please.
And then he does a I mean, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
Because he kind of does the same thing afterwards. It's
Yeah.
always the bounce back thing. Whom Enel fights, he's completely stunned. However, to find that his lightning attacks have no effect. I love the face Luffy makes where he's like, blinks.
It was so good. He's just like, is that supposed to hurt or like?
Wait, did something happen? And then Nami's like, of course.
He's Robin. ever. And I was like, yes, thank you. Finally, we're fucking getting to the point. And then
Lightning
This-
attacks have no effect on rubber. Not only
Yeah.
that, but Luffy can bypass his Logia ability and physically hurt him, which is really cool.
yeah,
After
Yeah.
without hockey too. After
that part I didn't really think about because I was like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
After calming down, NL switches to a different mode of attack by hitting up a staff, teleporting around, and using his mantra to predict Luffy's moves. During the fight, NL had used the Ark's Maxim to start a process called Death Pia.
Which I was like, really? Death Pia?
I don't think
Really?
it's called Death Pia in the anime. It's subtitled as something else.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it was Death Pia in the manga for sure. And
Wait,
I was like,
let's see.
really?
I'm clicking. It has a link. Where is it? Is it Elthor? Oh yeah, it is just called Death Pia. Or Desupia. Desupia.
Disappear. Yeah, no, I was just like, I mean, I guess okay, but
So he's
Whatever.
doing that, and they continue to fight. Luffy manages to get the upper hand until NL. Okay, so they completely skip the whole thing where Luffy just like turn off brain, Luffy. Oh,
that I loved that. It was so funny. I think it was only like a few pages or something, but or not even. Like it was really short.
but he
where,
couldn't.
like,
He couldn't attack.
yeah, he couldn't attack. He could just dodge.
And then he's like, "Well, okay. Here's another
Well,
idea.
that was useless.
I'm going to ricochet my attacks off of this wall."
Yeah.
And you can't predict that because it's random.
Yep.
Which was really cool. And then NL was like, "I'm getting nowhere with this monkey. Well, fuck up. I'm gonna
monkey. You get it? He nowhere with this monkey.
And then I think this is another thing that people didn't like was that he's like, well, fuck this. And NL attaches a large ball of gold to the rubber band's arm and knocks him off the ship back onto Upper Yard.
I thought that. I don't know. The thing. Okay. It only annoyed me because Luffy spent so long in the goddamn snake.
Yeah.
If he would have gotten out with everybody else, it would have been completely fine. But yeah, no, it was like, oh, the battle starts and okay.
And then it's over. Time to bounce
Yeah.
back again. And so then as Nami prepares to fight against NL, she uses the climb attack Thunderballs to deflect his weaker attacks. She's just like... And then Sanji and Usopp finally wake up. When Sanji declares that he is going to rescue Nami, he forces Usopp to grapple them on the ship. On the deck, Usopp distracts NL, while Nami prepares the waiver to jump off, aiming for the patch of island cloud around the beanstalk, getting hit in the process. But as NL prepares to kill them, Sanji gets in the way of the attack, allowing them to escape immediately, which is the one where Sanji receives an L strike to protect Usopp and Nami. He's just standing there with his cigarette. He's like, hey.
There was a part that I thought was really funny. I think we've gotten past that already. It was one of the fights.
Who?
Where is it? It was with the dog.
There was a dog. Was that with Ohm's
Yeah,
dog?
I think so. I thought this shit was so fucking
Are
funny.
you seeing it? Oh.
I was like, this is amazing. How do people not like this? It's so good.
You know what? That is literally like old Dragon Ball.
Right?
Now that I've actually read a bit of Dragon Ball, I'm like, wait, this is Earth and there's human and animal like hybrid people.
Oh, also I've got this fucking this fucking face.
Here. That's from the anime.
That was when his attack didn't work on Luffy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
And so
god,
Luffy
that
could
was
get a
so
hit on him
good.
because his emotions were out of whack. So eventually he calms down, and it's just like, all right, he can't really do much.
Ugh. God, that
Oh,
was
this is
funny.
the whole thing. I don't remember that. Dude, that's a cool panorama shot.
That's pretty good.
That's like from the old anime.
Yeah, this would have been like what, 2000 and
Yeah, probably 2000 or
4?
something, yeah. But then, and then the movie version did this. Like, look how lazy that looks.
bruh. They literally just took the manga panel and fucking panned it around.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't like the new animation style. Like, do you see what I mean?
Like, I get why they do it, because like it's
Cheaper.
obviously a lot easier, but it definitely does not look as good. This is to go on another tangent. This is why I didn't like a lot of the later episodes of Fairy Tail, because a lot of the stuff was just like stills from the manga, and it just looked really bad. Like, if I can,
Like, look at the old subtitles too. You see that? 100 volt.
there's this. I don't know if it'll have it in the Discord GIF thing, but it was like when they first showed Actinologia in Fairy Tail. It was, oh, I think this is it.
Is it just
Look how fucking bad this looks.
wait, they're just like dragging the
It's
image.
literally, yes, it's literally just a still image, and they just like fucking shake it and turn it a little bit, and it's like, what?
That's
the
like that's
fuck?
like dragging and dropping it.
It's so bad.
Okay, I'll show you the videos after we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nami prepares to fight, but they escape because Sanji sacrifices himself and jumps off with Sanji. Manages to keep the ship flying with emergency dials, begins to show the land will land with thunderbolts. Back in the ruins, Luffy manages to recover, along with Aisha and Pierre, runs towards the beanstalk. If I remember correctly, he like rides a waver up the beanstalk, doesn't he?
Nami does.
Why
Luffy
we're just
is
skipping
running
the
up the beanstalk.
this thing is skipping the entirety of the backstory of
the
with Mont Blanc Nolan.
I think that comes later.
I
Isn't
thought
it?
that happens during the arc, doesn't it?
No, it does happen during the arc, but I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
the guy's name is
right at the end.
Calgara. 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 Yeah, it's not brought up in this. But we can talk about that afterwards.
that's weird. That's like really important.
Yeah. Where's the backstory? I don't know. I don't remember when that is brought up, but it is important. We can talk about that now, honestly, because it will.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. It was like, Noland finds the island.
And they have a disease.
Yeah, and they have a disease, but they don't know that they have a disease. So they're like sacrificing women to their supposed god to keep their god happy
Oh
which
yeah,
is, like,
because they see it as a curse.
yeah. This is playing off of like the old Mayan sacrifices, I guess.
And it's like the Spanish finding them.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he shows up there, and they're like, no, outsiders, grr, whatever. And he's like, I can help you, and he's like, I don't believe you. Jesus Christ, what? I might just pull it up on. God damn it, One Piece, you have so many goddamn chapters. Would it have been?
Wait, he went to the green bit, protecting the Tonto tribe of its people and the humans who ravaging their homes. However, Nolan Tale would forever be labeled as lies. Oh my goodness, Nolan has been everywhere. This is stuff to do with, like, Dressrosa.
Holy shit.
Noland was a famous explorer who often spoke of tales of his journey. He visited Viera, where he met a merchant who sold him a waver. Sometime in his... Oh, I was kicked out of the game. Oh, whatever.
You're dead. Well, it still shows you in the game on my screen. That's funny. Oh, now you're DC'd. Okay. That's funny.
Whatever. I don't need the game up.
Let's see.
Oh, here's his speech. Sacrifices, this, lives, that. It's insane. How does one make your gods happy? These ceremonies are all flat-out denials of the triumphs of all the great men before us. I won't stand for it. You insult every adventurer and researcher who has ever set out to sea in hopes of bringing prosperity for mankind. How shameful. If your gods value your lives, wouldn't they have contempt for these very ceremonies? These is speech after losing to Calgera about his views on the sacrifices, because they both fought.
Okay, right. Noland finds the island because they hear the bell in a storm.
Yes.
So that guides them to the island. And then
He found child suffering from an illness. Investigating further, he found people were suffering from tree fever, brought on by
Yes.
the diseased trees that killed the villagers' crops and made them all ill. After killing their god, a giant snake, and saving Mouse, the daughter of Calgara. Their god was the snake, Kashigami.
Yep.
He was captured by the tribe in order to take the place of the chief's daughter for angering. They were going to sacrifice the chief's daughter.
Yeah.
And he was going to be the sacrifice instead.
Yeah, she was the current sacrifice to keep the god happy, and then he
Which
killed
was the
snake.
snake, yeah.
Yeah. He was supposed to take their place, and he's like, I can cure you from your curse, because it's not a curse. It's
Nolan
a
was
disease."
given until sunset to find a cure for the tribe's sickness, and Nolan began to look for the trees with the treatment inside. And Nolan fighting Calgara after the sacrifice's interruption. And that's where that speech came from.
Yeah.
On the way
And
back with the
then-
cure, a sudden shudder of the earth below him left him trapped. The next day, an earthquake hit the island. Thinking that it was God's wrath, Calgara rushed out to find and kill Nolan. Calgara mocked Nolan after finding him trapped in a crack in the ground.
And that would have been the first sign of the what was it called, upstream or something?
Yeah. If only he knew.
Yeah.
Mocked Nolan after finding him trapped, then mocked him further as the child of God appeared to devour him for punishment for killing God. Oh yeah, the snake had a child. Nolan pleaded,
Yeah. And that's That's the goddamn snake from later or
Yeah,
before, whatever.
dude, that's
however
an
you wanna
old
frame it.
ass snake.
Yep.
Nolan pleaded for mercy with Calgera, stating that he had the cure but was trapped and unable to escape. Nolan explained science to this guy. Centuries people suffering from the absence of a cure for the same disease the tribe was suffering from elsewhere in the world. He explained that they should not reject a cure that today prevent people's dying. Hundreds had died waiting and there was no cure. After finally reaching out to Calgera, Calgera killed the child of God and helped Nolan to be free from the entrapment.
Oh yeah, and like when that quake happened, Nolan and Calgera are arguing, and because Nolan's like, "What you're doing is like messed up," and he's like, You say we gladly sacrifice our people. Do you remember that girl you saved yesterday? That's my daughter. Do you think I'm happy about this? We have to do this to save our people." And Nolan's like,
Wow.
yeah. So it's yeah, like he's like, I don't actually like this, but like this is just like our way, right?
So
Like,
the sacrifices stopped. The crew and the tribe celebrating being rid of disease. With the help that he had discovered a city of gold on the island, Calgara also pointed out the snake that he would be named Nola in Nolan's honor. So that's the one that ate Luffy is called Nola.
yeah.
The snake's great grandson instead of God's grandchild. However, Nolan and his men had discovered a set of trees that were the ones that caused the tribe to fall ill, which was the tree fever.
Yep.
And then so he's like, "Yo, Calgera, ring the bell." At the time, he did not know the trees were sacred to the tribe. When Calgera found out, Nolan was told to leave. Nolan ordered his men to leave the treasure behind. After Calgera's daughter told the tribe that the truth, Calgera. Oh, okay. So he was like, he didn't tell Calgera about the trees, and he saw them cutting them down. He's like, leave.
Yeah. He Nolan didn't know that the trees were sacred. He just knew that they
Were the cause.
diseased.
Yeah.
So yeah, they cut them down to get rid of the disease, and then Calgera noticed this like the day before they were gonna leave or something like that, and so he got really pissed off, and he told all the villagers, and they all also got pissed off because they're sacred trees. That's where the spirits of their ancestors go or whatever.
But then his daughter told the truth to the tribe.
Yeah.
And then Calgera ran to the shore and shouted it out to Nolan. The sacred bell were rung to welcome him. And Nolan had told Calgera that he had led him to the island in the first place. Which is so true.
Yeah.
And then Nolan's promised he would return to the island someday. Oh.
Yeah, and
It's such
Nolan
a tragic
returned
story.
and told
The king Aru
The king.
Yutan Yan V about the expedition. The king ordered Nolan to take him to the City of Gold, but insisted on bringing his own soldiers. Dude, honestly, if you think about it, it was probably for the best that they did. The island went up.
yeah, real.
The only one who's because I have a feeling
yeah,
the
this
king
shit-
would probably have been like, all the gold's mine.
Well, that's the only reason he wanted to know or to to go is because he's like, oh, it's a city of gold, and so the king goes, gold? I like gold.
Despite the setback, which led to many soldiers dying to the lack of sailing experience.
Yep.
Nolan was
and Nolan's
determined
like, he's like, if I got to get the king there, and if that means we're losing ships, man. Like, fuck it.
dying to lose the bad. Nolan was determined to get the king safely to Jaya. However, once they arrived at the island, the city and its people has disappeared. Furious, the king thought Nolan was playing a trick on him and hit him in the back. He then sentenced Nolan to death without even hearing him out. Furthermore, the king even framed Nolan for having one of his subjects act as a member of Nolan's crew. Falsely
Yeah, this shit was so fucked. Like, why? Like, god damn.
Wait, framed Nolan by having one of his subjects act as a member of Nolan's crew? What does that mean?
So one of the king's subjects, he got to pretend like he was on the expedition with Nolan originally, like he was part of Nolan's crew that went there in the first place.
And saw that all.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And he's like framed Nolan.
Yeah, yeah. So he got somebody to be like, no, actually that's all fake. I was there. None of it was real.
Oh.
Yeah. It's so fucked up.
Falsely
like-
testifying against Nolan as one of the king's men claimed Nolan would be killed via beheading. The crown shouted, "Liar, liar, pants on fire, now you're going to die."
Yeah, that was so fucking funny. It's like, oh, okay. Sure.
In the end, with his crew watching helplessly, Nolan was left tearfully wondering what happened to his native friends in the Golden City. As he was killed, it was revealed that Nolan was not sad due to the fact that he was going to be killed. Instead, he wept due to the fact that he was worried for Shandia's safety. It was such a Chad moment for him. As a final insult, the North Blue fairy tale depicts him as a grinning fool and the king as a brave warrior.
I can't believe the wiki just doesn't fucking have that on the Skypiea
Yeah, it's like
thing. Like,
you'd think they would put that where it comes in.
yeah, because like it's kind of super important.
So eventually we get back to the story. So I'm not gonna read all this because it literally just explains like, oh right, because Wiper uses the rejectile on the beanstalk, which makes it so Luffy can ride it with the waiver.
Because they're trying to find a way to get back onto the Ark to fight Enel.
Yeah.
And they're like, what if we knock over the beanstalk?
At this point, Wiper, Zoro, and Gonfall wake up, and Nami tells everyone what's going to go happen. Luffy and get him to leave too, as Wiper reflects on the story told by him as a child. Oh, this is probably when which shows what really happened with Mont Blanc Nolan. Okay, so this is exactly where the thing would come in. So we're right.
Okay, yeah.
Wiper remembers the story. Luffy
That's all it says?
Yeah.
What the
It says as Wiper reflects on the story told to him as a child, which shows what really happened when Mont Blanc Nolan came to Jaya. Luffy continues up the beanstalk and is eventually met by Nami. Nami tries to convince him to leave, but he replies that he has to ring the bell so Mont Blanc Cricket and everyone else can know the city of gold is in the sky. Technique. And I'll use this technique called Rego. Using this, he destroys all Angel Island, forming a gigantic hole in the clouds.
Rego these nuts.
Okay, so Wiper uses the rejectile to fell the beanstalk. Using the waiver's full power, Nami Luffy blast up the falling plant and sent flying towards Enel. However, Luffy pushes Nami onto a cloud and makes a detour into the Rego, which was his like weird like Buddha looking thing.
Yeah.
As all Skypeans and Shandia pray for the real god to act, Luffy swings the gold ball around to draw electricity from the Rego into him, and eventually.
This was really fun.
Oh yeah, that was the clouds.
Yeah,
And
the big destruction clouds or whatever.
And eventually, because he's like conducting it with the golden ball that's stuck to him, and eventually breaks it apart. Despite Enel's unleashing his full power, Luffy sends him crashing into the bell with his awesome attack on the island of Jaya. And this was so cool, was when you see the cloud or the shadow of Luffy's outline when the bell rings, and then you see Cricket and he's like tearing up.
Yeah, and that's when they're like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's where the shadows came from." Yeah. I
And then NL just leaves eventually. He leaves on his thing to go to the moon.
Yep.
After being knocked out. Dude, in the anime, when the bell rings, it's so eerie.
Really?
Yeah, I'll play it after we're done here.
Okay.
So then, yeah, that's Skypiea basically. But where'd you leave off roughly? They had they have a party afterwards, obviously.
Yeah, they have the party, and then they
leave.
they leave, and they have like the octopus balloon thing to make it so they don't just fucking crash into the water.
So what's
And
cool? What's cool in the anime, because I was an anime only at the time, is that one of the best. Literally, everyone considers this almost wanting to be canon, which is the G's. I can't remember what it was. A marine base. They landed a marine base after the end of Skypiea,
Oh, that's funny.
and is actually really good. Everyone
might
goes undercover and stuff.
Give that a watch then, because that actually sounds really interesting.
Best filler arc in One Piece. G8 is considered the best filler arc in One Piece. In fact, it's so good the fans often wish it was canon to the plot. Taking place after Skypiea, the Straw Hats fall from the sky and end up in a marine base.
Yeah, I mean, I know in
Fairy Tail, there's an arc that, like, in the anime is technically filler, but it was supposed to be in the manga. The author just decided to cut it because he just didn't have enough time to write it.
I didn't know this was the 5th filler arc in the One Piece anime. It's 196, episode 196 to 102. Oh wait, 206. It's 11 episodes long. I didn't know that arc was
not too bad.
That's a very long filler episode arc. Filler arc.
Is it the Eclipse Celestials that I'm thinking of?
Oh yeah, in the anime they don't show Zeph decapitating his leg like they do in the manga.
I'm not surprised by that.
Warship Island arc. Oh yeah, that ship was boring. Post Alabasta arc. Oh, this is just a recap arc. How is this filler? I don't understand how like a recap episodes is filler.
What was it? Key of Starry Sky? What I'm thinking of? No, because that's not a filler arc. What the fuck?
There's a bunch of weird arcs in One Piece, that's for sure.
Okay, yeah, I guess it is the Key of the Starry Sky, yeah, for in Fairy Tale, where it was like I said, it was something that the author was originally gonna put in the manga, but then just decided not to for time. And then when the anime came around, he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I have this like whole story arc that was planned out, and I just like kind of referenced it in the manga." And it's like, "Oh, okay, great." So yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I guess that's us talking about One Piece.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember if I said it or not, but like, I think right now Skypiea is probably my favorite arc that I've read because it was just a lot of fun to read. Like I said, I've read most of it in like 5 days.
No, just wait till you get to Water 7, bro. You're gonna be blown out of the water.
And I think it helps, like, not to like downplay it or anything, but I went in with like pretty low expectations just because I've heard a lot of negative stuff about Skypiea over the years. But it was really good.
Also, the fact
So-
that people aren't reading it, they're watching it.
That I imagine that does have a lot to do with it because I don't think people really started reading One Piece until I don't know. Relatively recently, I guess is how I would say it, because it was like 4 or 5 years ago when I noticed a lot of people started reading it more than.
I
watching
think it was
anime.
around Dressrosa because the anime quality just went down the drain. And if you look at the comparison between, I mean, I'll link the video eventually when you get caught up. But
Mhm.
like, there's a really good video explaining the downfall of Dressrosa for the anime. Because like, there's like a character that talks about her backstory once in the manga or whatnot.
Mhm.
In the anime, they like mention it or like they bring up the same scene like 13 times.
So it's like Naruto. Cut back to this way. Cut back.
And people hate this character, but she's fine in the manga.
Ah, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a sad story too, but they like milked the shit out of it in the anime to the point people were like, "Get her off the screen, yo." I think I showed you the art.
I think so.
Viola was the one I posted in the Discord a while back when we were talking about Alabasta.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. No, you did. Yeah, I remember that now.
I think you're just enjoying it way more than the anime, to be honest. Sure, you miss out on like sounds and stuff, but
Yeah, like there is that, and like I do at least when I remember to, I'll go and watch like fights and stuff, or just like scenes I thought were interesting in the manga because
yeah, I think I'll show you a couple after I click stop recording. So I think we're pretty much done. We're at an hour and 49 minutes.
not including the stuff from the stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna splice them together, and it's gonna like take forever
That's
to render.
gonna be a long video.
Hopefully, I can upload that on YouTube. Whatever.
Should be able to. I think the upload limit's like 12 hours or something.
I think it's more of the fact that I'll be like having to wait for my computer to finish rendering it on my like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, goodbye, video people. Watch one. No, wait, don't watch One Piece. Read
Don't
One
watch
Piece.
One Piece. Fucking read it. Jesus Christ.
Or wait till the Wit Studio one. Hopefully that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if I eat my words and it's like bad. Well, sorry, people in the future.
I can't imagine it will be bad.
That anime suicide one is pretty bad.
Was it bad because it was wit just being rushed, or was it bad just because it was like
Is it Wood Studios?
I think I think Mappa did that one.
No, the Isekai one with Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that I think that was that Wit or was it Mappa? I don't remember. Suicide.
Yeah, it's Wood Studios.
Squad.
It's still going
Oh,
on, but like,
okay.
holy crap, some of the action scenes are so hard to follow. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Before I get any more trails, it's like a 151. All right. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Read One Piece. Do 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 do. See you in the future. Bye.